Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. Hello, everybody. Why does the music sound different? What's going on? Hey, Yummy and Darkwig, thanks so much for coming in and modding tonight. How is everybody? How's everyone's day been? Hello, Andrea. Welcome. Hello, Dexler. Hey, King. Hey, Crazy Cat Lady. Hello, Candy. Candy Kitten? Cute. Very cute. Hello, Furball. Hey, Pegasus. You caught alive. You did. Hey, Tanya. Hello, Willow. Hi, everybody. Yay, we made it. I'm so glad. Good morning from America. Hello, Creative Mama. Hey, Des. Hello. Need the I'm late meme. Awesome. Good to see everybody in here. I'm so glad. Okay, so we have a little bit of a variety-ish stream, sort of. I've got a clip from Eugenia jumping into Jeffrees live, which is, like, let's be honest, it's pretty as eventful as you would expect it to be. It's like the typical stuff, but I like to keep the updates going. It wasn't enough to do like a whole video on, so I definitely wanted to update everybody on any sighting of her, basically. And then I've shamelessly pilfered from Charlie Gold with the TikTok stuff with Roz, which happened last night, I think, or yesterday, I don't know. And then we'll get into a live of hers as well. We probably won't get all the way through that live, but I'll move it to the next stream depending on what we're doing. Hello, Fanny. That means something very different here. I don't know. Maybe you know, but hello. Hey, Cramblings. Thanks so much for coming in and modding today. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's no difference with the music. Like I've been using the same thing the whole time. I do need to update my intro videos though, because I've only got Eugenia, Amber, and Candy in there. And we do a lot more now, don't we? Okay. Also, just a reminder too, for anyone who wasn't in my last stream, and thank you so much to everybody who was in there. I needed a break. I sensed that some of you needed a break, and yeah, it was nice. It was a nice palate cleanser, even if it did horrify several of you. But just to let you know, to free up a little bit of my schedule for video creation, basically, because I am not putting out anywhere near as many videos as I would like to be, this current time slot stream is now a fluid one. So it's not like an automatically booked one or anything like that. Just if there's something to cover, I'll cover it. If the schedule allows it, I'll do it. But otherwise, the Thursday, Friday stream is going to be the main event. Hey Rex, welcome in. Top chat, why do you haunt me? I know, right? Does anybody ever want top chat? I don't know why that's the default, and yet YouTube relentlessly pushes that. Okay, all right, so shall we get into it? We have a lot, my nuggets. Where are we? Let's start with Eugenia and Jeffrey. Hey Asha, you're here but probably quiet. I appreciate that. I really appreciate all of my lurkers. I see you in here every day. You're amazing.
Oops. Hi, Jeffrey, can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Wait, no, shush. I wasn't ready. My goodness. Now, so this is a clip from Angel's World 17, captures a lot of the, like, TikTok stuff, which is really, really handy, but this is an excerpt. It's only 7 minutes, 45 seconds long. It's from a much larger stream, of course, but I don't care about Jeffrey. I only care about Eugenia. So this is what we're getting.
Hi, Jeffrey, can you hear me?
Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of like in the car right now, like just in the back. So sorry if it's like noisy at all.
Hey, Deb.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I think she's in Walmart right now, so I'll tell her you said hi though. We miss
I love
you though.
it. Everyone say hi to Eugenia right now.
Hi guys, everybody be nice. Like seriously, Jeffrey's the best ever.
Top tier, top T. I don't have any ears, my love.
Oh wow, sorry. What do you have? Oh my
Hi,
god.
puppy.
Yeah, so Eugenia has a new dog. And guess what it's called? You'll never guess. Hello, Isabel. Welcome in. She's so awkward. She really is. She really is. Hello. Is it Stinolander? Is it okay if I call you Stin? Hello from Sweden. This is your first time catching a live. Welcome in. I'm so glad you caught it. Cookie, the dog? No. Seriously, you won't believe what it's called.
Oh. It's like
Yes,
going
bark
crazy.
at those customers.
Yeah, bark at them. Oh my. She's so
You
sweet.
guys
She
say
goes
hi
so
to
crazy
Eugenia and her
sometimes.
new puppy.
Oh, she's so cute, everybody. Her name's Starlight. She's like the sweetest thing, but like whenever there's people outside, it's like, oh my gosh, she goes.
Starlight. She called the dog Starlight. Oh my gosh. I mean, why not just call it Star? Like go out and out, or like just Jeffrey at this point. You don't know anything about Eugenia, Yummy. Well, basically what you need to know at the moment is that TikTok has got her in a really weird holding pattern because of all the lawsuits, and she's not allowed to show herself. But she's been routinely seen modding in Jeffrey, you know, that totally BFF since 2008 or whenever it was. She's been continually modding in his lives, and every now and then she pops up and will actually talk in his chat. You caught Starlight as in The Boys. I love that show. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was thinking Starlight as in Jeffree Star. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't really care what people call their pets, but like Jeffree Star, Starlight.
A little bit crazy.
Yep.
Dazzle is so adorable. Oh my gosh.
Isn't she so special?
Oh, she's so cute. Your dogs are like, they're the sweetest.
Oh my god. Starlight is such a pretty name.
Oh my gosh, yeah, thank you. I just kind of like thought of it. I was like, oh, it fits her. Like,
Are you allowed to receive gifts or no?
I don't think so. It's so weird because, you know, I think
He's trolling, he knows full well. But I mean, the conversations are so awkward between the two of them that maybe he's just trying to fill the void, because otherwise it's like, oh my god, Jeffrey! Like constantly over and over.
I told you I got like that message a while ago, but I've just like, I don't know. Like,
Did
I
you?
haven't really been
I
getting
would.
a lot
I
of-
would. I would email him today and follow up.
yeah, you know, I've been messaging. It seems like everybody. And then like maybe I could like text you about it or something. Whatever. Like I would have never would have
Yeah.
bothered
Text
you.
me in a little bit. I'll be.
So I don't think this weird holding pattern is going to lift anytime soon. And you know, the is anyone worried about that dog not getting fed? No, not at all. Not at all. The mother will be doing it, and their previous dog that passed about a year ago was slightly overweight, so no, I'm not worried about that. But yeah. Yeah, that's what you thought too. She named the dog after Jeffrey. Can't prove it, but I mean the similarity, the coincidence, just saying. But you know, talking about this whole lawsuit thing, so I've observed personally that YouTube is releasing the reins a little bit, and that's why we're seeing the likes of Foodie and Roz keeping their channels, even though they are actively in violation of TOS, because they both didn't learn and they've both gone back to what they were doing, which is largely the glorifying the lifestyle in a sense. But with TikTok, they are a little bit more risk adverse, and they are going a little bit harder on the condition end of things. And since Eugenia has been mentioned so many times in that lawsuit, I'm thinking they're gonna they're going to be keeping her in that holding pattern for a while. But, I get people say to me from time to time, like, she doesn't have that condition. She has this kind of medical condition that's causing, symptoms that look like this condition that we're talking about. Sorry, I can't say the words. But really, I think what we're seeing here is this is proving what we all thought, that she is actually under the grips of a very serious condition, read between the lines. And if it were any other viable medical condition, she could make all of this go away with a very quick letter from the doctor. If they could prove, because TikTok's exception is that she is glorifying the condition, if she could prove that medically there was another reason that was causing this, and that it's essentially discrimination at that point, then she could make all of this go away. They haven't made all of this go away, though, because it is the condition that we think it is. It's only a coinky-dink, I'm sure.
Often a little, and I would love to hear. You guys, Eugenia's getting her account fixed. I know. She's doing good.
No, she's not. Although, actually, I haven't looked into it. The federal level bellwether cases went to trial at the beginning of this month. I haven't caught up with what happened with those. So we know that they already, Meta and YouTube lost the civil cases, and TikTok and Kick, was it? Actually settled before they went to trial. So I wonder how the bellwether cases went for the federal trials. That's all the schools and things like that. So yeah, low-key Tanya. Yeah, surprised she's still around. Me too. And I'm very disappointed, because I really thought, maybe if she could just get off the internet, get away from the enablers, and, well, she hasn't really gotten away from her enablers, has she? But if she could just spend time offline, maybe she could fix things. But the photos, the sightings, everything like that, really, yeah, we're seeing no development. Very strict, Stin. Very, very strict. To the point where what you just referenced is borderline not okay. It's ridiculous, the level of censoring that needs to be around it. I have got them on the censored list, though, so you shouldn't actually be able to type them. Hopefully.
Good process, but yeah, I miss everybody. I miss you on here so much. Like, I still always love watching your streams, but I don't know.
Oh, love bug. I can be negative as long as I want to, my love. I don't trust anybody.
I agree. She needs to get away from her family, especially her mother. I am totally in agreement. I think, full just complete tree change and get into an inpatient situation, but you see, even all of that, we might be at the point of no return anyway. But even so, it's, yeah, there's no hope in that house, in my opinion.
And I would never trust you, Miss Love.
Oh, and did you see? I don't know if any of you caught it. I haven't watched it yet, but apparently there's a creator, a new channel, who basically slammed Jacqueline Glenn for her movements, trying to get, tricking Eugenia into a facility, and yeah, that hasn't been received very well from the community. Hello, Society. Welcome in. Unfortunately, she'll never recover under their roof. She's not free to leave, though. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I think there's something. And going through her historical deep dives that I've been doing, I'm doing my next video, by the way, is a Eugenia video. But yeah, there's something very uncomfortably sinister going on with that mother. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute you. I would never trust a stranger.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I'm missing some of them.
No, you don't have to mute her. She's just trying to hawk her business to me, and unfortunately, I don't care. And I'm not giving her the response that she wants, so now she in return is telling me that I'm being negative.
Oh my god, of course. It's Some of these people.
I'm not being negative. I ain't trusting no bitch.
No.
So
Yeah, you're not wrong, Isabel. If it is the condition, it looks like, trying to get healthy is often what takes them out. Yeah, if anyone's interested, by the way, I have a, if you're a member, under my playlists, I actually have a members only playlist. It's important to go to that one because YouTube is shadow banning my videos, but I actually go into all of the medical structure of this condition and exactly why that recovery, what Isabel just said, is exactly true with a particular syndrome that can arise. Things that I can't say on a live.
get the fuck on. I don't know what else to say.
You shouldn't have to. It's like, oh, the way like some of these people are. Jeffrey is a great friend, you guys. He's seriously like the best friend anybody could ever have. So
yes,
the best friend that you never see and that only uses you for marketing potential.
Sterling, Eugenia's been live on Twitch every night. If you
because like seriously, if he was such a good friend, why hasn't she been over there in this year that she's been offline? You know, he was getting her over there a couple of times a year there for a point, and it was always for marketing stuff. But no, now she's not helpful because she doesn't have a platform.
I haven't seen her.
yeah, every night, guys. That's me.
You guys, I'm not doing this.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to say. Whoops. Is this recent? This happened a couple of weeks ago, so very, very recent. Yeah.
Drama, you say hi to Eugenia right now. And Drama.
Oh, hi.
Desi,
Oh my
come here,
gosh,
Des. Dazzle, can you come say hi?
Yes.
Dazzle. Desi, come say hi to Eugenia.
Dazzle, hi. Oh, she is seriously, she's so
Little
precious.
Desi.
She is so adorable. I'm like having Starlight say hi, like in the back here. It's like,
She's so sweet.
She gets so excited. She's the sweetest.
Drama.
Like she looks. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. Yes, you guys.
It's so cringe. Their conversations are always like this. It's so cringe. Do you remember that time she actually went to his ranch and you could tell that she's been doing this the entire time with him and she's been, you know, like, oh, I'm so sorry and things like that constantly, and he finally cracked on a live stream. It was very awkward. Very, very awkward.
With the Dazzle emotes.
Yes. Yeah, she turns 9 months old.
Oh my
next
God.
Saturday. Next Saturday. Yeah.
I can't believe it's already been that much time. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. This year, it's like, oh, it's going by, but...
Why can't we see Eugenia? Because this is a conspiracy and you guys aren't allowed to.
Because it would be breaking the rules that TikTok have put on her. She can't show her physique right now.
Yeah, you guys, it's a conspiracy here, you know? You just have to imagine, like...
Yeah.
I don't have to imagine because of all of the legal documents that I've gone through on my channel.
Yeah, it's her mom creating an AI voice, so she's tricking you all right now.
It's definitely not the real me, of course. You know, even if I went in camera, it'd be like an AI me. Like, not the real thing, you know?
Yeah, no matter what Eugenia does, y'all will never believe her anyway, so let her be.
Thank you. That's the thing. It's like, it seems like people...
The cadence. Oh, I have a lot of not Eugenia people in here right now. I'm sorry. I should have done a better introduction. So this voice that she's done, she actually, I've clocked that it started in 2015 and it is her like persona voice, her public persona voice. And when something serious happens, she does drop it. Like she drops that kind of high-pitched thing and elongating words, and it goes into a much lower register and she talks normally, but it has to be something very serious happening. We saw that with her Mother's Day live stream last year when she started getting very, very unwell. She fully dropped the voice that she does. But this is, you know, to a degree, I will say that the condition that she's suffering from does elevate the voice in pitch a little bit, but most of this is put on, and yeah, we can hear it since 2015. And I agree, Jeffrey is painful, absolutely painful. Yeah, you can't stand that Jeffreys still has a platform. Then the fact that he has so much influence over EC, I agree. He's one of those people that I think of when I say there is an audience out there for everybody. People give him so much money.
You know, they don't like to believe you no matter what you say. So it's like, whatever, I guess.
Oh my god, isn't the heart me nuts from when me and you joined the app to now? It's a lot.
Oh my god, it really is. Like, now they have like all these new like cute little like heartbeats. I still wish I could send you one. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, I wish I could press that button. But they're really cute with these new ones. I'm so happy you got #1 in that campaign too.
I know, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of hours on here.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Congratulations though. Like, you always deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, James. Wait, James says he wants to get married. Oh, what do you look like, James?
Wow.
Yeah, right, as well. The thing, if it was an AI version, it wouldn't look so thin. So I did a video on the AI channels that do this kind of thing, and they look healthier. It's like it breaks the it breaks the system of trying to construct a human. It does not compute with AI.
You're gonna have to be over. Yeah, you're gonna have to be over since I have Pookie. Thank you.
You guys are gonna have to be pretty great, you know? Like, you want to marry Jeffrey here? It's like, we need some great people here.
You should go into Walmart and stream.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be... You think I should try?
I've done that before, and it's a
He's constantly making fun of her too. She does not pick it up.
lot.
Oh, I bet. It's like, do they allow dogs in there? Like,
service dogs.
okay. Sadly, she's like not a service dog, so I'm like, oh.
It's okay.
And Mom, she's been in there a while. I have to have like Deb come say hi.
I know. Where is she? She's shopping.
I think she's shopping. Yeah, I kind of thought she'd be out sooner, but I guess she's, I don't know, doing whatever she's doing in there.
I love it. Lily, we're gonna mute you, my love. Thank you so much.
Oh, some of these accounts today. Oh my gosh.
A little much.
I'm seriously uncomfortable just sitting here listening to this, and I'm thinking, is this invigorating for anybody? We've got 1 minute and 11 seconds left before it just abruptly ends. Oh my gosh, fun fact, in Swedish, you have a greeting that translates, I'm not going to attempt the words, just out of respect for your language. But it translates to, hello my beautiful hen. I love that. I love that so much. Can she walk around a big store like that? Anyway, I would imagine she wouldn't have enough energy. You can't do big stores with your back. I don't know, because they do Disney fairly regularly, so there's some manner of stamina there. I don't know what they do though. Who watches this deliberately? Me. For you.
You guys better at least be nice to Jeffrey in here, you know, like, come on.
I will never be nice to Jeffrey. No.
He always deserves that. You just want nice people.
Why is her camera off? Why are you annoying? Thanks, Evie.
Oh my gosh.
I hate everything about this man with every fiber of my being. I cannot stand him. It's why I've never covered him. He pops in as a side character for Eugenia, and that is all he will ever be on this channel.
Whoa. Come on, Starlight. Let's be good.
Starlight, attack!
Attack, Starlight! I don't blame her. Some of these people in this world, it's like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I love it. Her little bark is so cute.
She's so precious. So like, good girl. Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't this make Roz's word salad look really intelligent though? This conversation is so vapid, it's painful. Oh my gosh, Isabel, if we're trading language, there's an insult in Portuguese that translates to head like a chicken in heat, which I assume means a broody chicken, and yes, can confirm.
Blatantly telling these people off.
Dazzle, here's the bark. No, Dazzy, that's on screen, honey. It's not real.
Oh. That's how she gets, like, when she hears dogs, like, it's like, she just, like, senses it. It's crazy.
I love it.
She's not a Chihuahua, guys. She's actually a Maltese. Yeah.
And she's so cute.
Thank you. You're Pomeranian.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute for a second because my dogs are gonna start barking crazy.
Oh, of course.
And that's it. The dog started going off, and then I don't know if he kicked her or if she just hung up. There was no goodbye. It was just weird from beginning to end. It was awkward as hell. These two clearly don't know how to talk to each other, and yeah. So, proof of life, I guess. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, don't you feel enriched by that kind of content? So, disappointing, I think, that there's another dog, honestly. Although, if I had to bet, it will be the mother's dog. It will. Buzz was her mother's dog. Yes, all his conversations are empty and meaningless. They're convos you have when you're stuck in a room with someone that you hate and you don't know what to say. Except he hates everybody. Because even with his, quote, friends, he's still just as vapid. Little bit less cringe, but just as vapid. As a dog... Oh, hello, it's a Joel. As a dog person, I hate that bark. It's a puppy, though. It's little. Yeah. Okay, shall we move on to the next festivity of the evening? Okay, so this is the... When did this happen? Let me just... I will open it.
There's stuff I would like to say that I can't.
There you go. Thank you, Charlie. The 27th, so yeah, 2 days ago. Or 1 day ago for some of you. I fully pilfered this off of Charlie's live stream. I saw it happen and I'm like, oh, we need to talk about this because Roz, some of my biggest criticisms to Roz in recent time has been how she is relentlessly poking her nose into situations that she has no business poking her nose into, stealing the spotlight from several victims of Stefan. And by the way, if I accidentally say real victims in this live, what I'm referring to is the real victims of Paradise specifically. And she got on a live with Zio and some other women. I keep forgetting how Rachel says it. I need to make that part of my vernacular because it's just wonderful. Hey, Quirky, welcome in. So yeah, she got into this live, and what's worth noting is that we are really close to the 2-year anniversary of Cass's passing. It was Cass, right? I'm not mixing up names. She was the basically Stefan's main woman in Paradise. By the way, if you are a member, I have full lives and replays available for download for the whole Paradise documentary. But yes, so once again, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong, and she gets called out for it. And I think it's interesting to note that it's not just Girl World that feels that she is trying to steal the limelight from these women. And yes, I needed to play it. It's not very long. This is Charlie's edit, but yeah, let's have a
There's stuff I would like to say that I can't say publicly here that I would like to tell you directly.
You spoke publicly about everything the fuck else, so why the fuck you feel like you can't speak publicly now? And you finna piss me the fuck off right now, Rosie. You spoke publicly about everything the fuck else. You made a whole fucking video on this girl when she passed.
Yes, I did, and
a whole fucking video, and I came at you respectfully asking you to take that shit the fuck down.
And I did.
Because you doing this shit for fucking views.
I wasn't.
You doing
Jasmine.
this shit for views.
I wasn't. I was never monetized.
You don't know her? Did you ever have a personal conversation with her? Did you ever know her personally? Did you ever kick it with her personally? Did you ever know what the fuck she was dealing with personally? So shut the fuck up.
Jasmine, I know you're hurting and I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
Cathartic, no. If anybody has the full version of this, I'd be very interested to like fully go through it. But basically what we've got here is this woman here, Jasmine. This was a friend of Cass. And she's feeling it. She's grieving. And what she's seeing here is Roz, this woman who was not even involved in the Paradise House, trying to take the spotlight away from her friend who passed from weight-related issues that, let's be honest, were not helped by Paradise, right? We're not helped by Stefan. And I am still going to be doing a YouTube safe version, like summation of those documentaries, because some of the stuff that came out, if you haven't seen it, is horrendous. So horrendous that I needed to go to Eugenia and make a video on Eugenia to have a break from it, because that's lighter content for me. And hey Gwen, lurking while waking up, love it. And it's just it's not okay what she did. And the fact that she got called out on this live that she went into is just absolutely fantastic. But what gets me, because this isn't just about hating on Roz, right? But what gets me is she messaged Stefan to basically express interest in going to the Paradise house. And he kind of didn't take the bait, right? For whatever reason. I think he probably read that situation right. Then she sticks her nose into the documentary process and it essentially kind of gets rejected there too, right? Because it was a whole 89 seconds of Roz of airtime. Then she goes on a live stream with Stefan and basically gives him her platform to explain himself, which was horrible timing before that documentary. And now she's going to people who are actively on Stefan's side. Like, Zio is still a Stefan supporter, even though she's been in rehab and things like that after a very near miss with her condition. And now she's trying to get into their pockets. Roz just so desperately wants to be part of this scene. It's like she can't be one of the victims, she can't be one of the girls, she can't be anything, and it's driving her up the wall. Isabel, I'm not asking for myself, hint hint, but I would love to see someone win a membership. I want to make the whole shut the cluck up sequence my ringtone. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. She wants to be relevant. Yeah, I agree, Pegasus. And she is so desperately trying to grasp at fame from this whole thing. And like I've said before, I feel like she had built up in her mind what was going to happen from being on this mainstream documentary, and it just really didn't. I mean, we all knew it wasn't going to happen, right? Like, we saw that. And yeah, I don't think, oh, that's interesting, Bella. That's thank you. That's Jasmine from 1,000 Pound Roommates, and I would love to see her progress since her surgery. Yeah, I wonder how she's doing. That I haven't actually seen that show. Maybe I'll have to add it to the Discord option list. So yeah, anyway, let me know if anybody has the full version of this. I'd be happy to go through it like on the next stream. But it gets the point across, right? They were not tolerating any of her shit at all. But let's get on to the main event, shall we? So this was Roz's second last live. I don't know how much we're going to get through it because it's quite a big edit, but she says a whole bunch of very interesting things. Very interesting. This was a 5.5-hour live stream, and she basically just sat there and chatted to the chat the entire time.
Hello.
No, shush. I didn't say go. Vera Rosie was planning on making an entire video about the doc, some tea, etc. until she got butthurt about being cut out. Where did you... I need to know, where was this said? Because that is wonderful. Hello, promise I'm a human. Promise I'm a chicken. The Rosie jump scare. I'm sorry, Gwen. You just got your mum into 1,000-pound roomies. She doesn't like the 600-pound life stuff, but she loves the roomies. So is this like a spin-off of the like 1,000-pound sisters? Because there's something about those two, I just cannot cover them. I can't do it. But is it like a lighter version of 600-pound life? It's so funny you say this, Pegasus. The girls are so lazy with their live streams. If they didn't have anyone in the chat, they would just sit there and stare at their stream. Honestly, I feel like we've seen her do that. But yeah, we're going to see at the beginning of this exactly how lazy she is with her streams. Like, never mind that these people are literally supplying you an income. Give them the respect to at least try. Just something, anything, really. Okay. All right, let's get into it. My edit is 1 hour and 4 minutes. Let's see how we go. Shall we?
Let's hear I'm live. Hello, hello. Oh, it's dark in here.
Yeah, this was the best quality version I could get. This is 720p, but the problem is she's got such bad lighting in the room, we get 4 pixels.
You know what? I don't give a fuck, actually. The camera quality... Oh. I meant to plug this in. Oh, this might fuck everything up. The audio in this is ass. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay.
Yummy. Shame. 1 hour and 4 minute edit. Yay, long 3-hour stream. Yeah, but see, this one's capped because at a certain point, I need to go have dinner. But yeah, she literally just opened up there saying, you know, it's dark and she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care what her viewers' experience is. And as somebody who, I don't know, like, I at least want to try for all of you, right? I know it's not always perfect. I know that there are some issues along the way, but at least you're getting my best intention with it. And I struggle to get into the mindset of somebody who doesn't even bother. And now she's pulling out because, like, for the last, I don't know how long, months and months, she's had the worst audio quality that, to a point, like, sometimes it's really difficult to understand what she's saying. So now she has this, like, microphone thing. Sorry, I know you can't see because it's exactly 1 pixel, but it's like, you know what it reminds me of? It's like the ear headset pieces that used to come with phones, like in the early 2000s. And it's just like one of those microphones. Fine, I guess a chicken needs to eat, yes. We'll work on how to temporarily swap hosts while you eat and stream forever. Oof.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think the microphone is moving. Can you guys just tell me if you can hear me?
Now, see, this would have been a good thing to maybe test in the setup ahead of time, record it, play it back to yourself, see how it sounds. I understand that sometimes with lives, there are certain things that just can't be tested without a real-time stream. This is not one of them. This is not one of them. So you see my point, though. It's just, to me, it's a lack of respect for the people that are showing up to support her every single day. Apple headphones, you've heard the microphone is pretty decent. I don't know if it is an Apple one. I don't know that well enough, but it's at least better than her phone. Gotta love how she always leans to the camera in an open top like that, so them tartars are right in your face because she thinks she's so sexy like that. Yet, do you remember Furball in the vlog that she did painting Remilly's nails? She said that she wanted to cover up and she was wearing a towel. So it's selective tartarage. Chook and cam while you eat. You're literally streaming a video game right now, but you do cozy games, so everyone is a lurker and you really have more than one viewer. I love cozy games. The microphone isn't even picking up the audio, it's the computer.
If this is better or worse or what the vibes are. Because, yeah, we're in my room. Hello.
Actually, we can probably tell.
So yeah.
So at the beginning, listen to the audio.
Hello. So here I'm live. I was like, because this laptop is.
I agree. I think it's the same audio. I agree. I think she plugged it in, but she didn't change it over. And that's why she couldn't get her microphone that she purchased working either. Because she didn't know how to move it from default. You actually need to change it over. It's not always an automatic thing. So yeah, I agree.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think the microphone is moving. Can you guys just tell me?
And another point too is if it was actually picking up the microphone that she has in her hand, we would hear some distortion being touched on the cord. So we would hear her touching it, basically. I agree. That was a really good catch, Society.
If you can hear me, if this is better or worse or what the vibes are. Because, yeah, we're in my room. Hello. So yes, I have a P.O. box. Someone reached out to me. Actually, I was in the pool live, and she wanted to send me something, and I didn't ask. She just offered to help pay for a P.O. box. And
how much are P.O. boxes in America? Like, how much outlay? I take it because in Australia you can like get a small one and that's a certain amount, but you can get like parcel lockers and things like that and they cost more and all of that kind of thing. But is this an unusual thing that somebody has offered to get one so that she can receive gifts from her people? Let me know what you think about this.
I was like, that's incredible, because the byproduct of that is now I can also relaunch my Amazon wishlist, which I've updated my link tree. I've updated my descriptions. So,
do we want to see the list? Because I pulled up the list if you want to see it. 6 months is about 3K. Are you messing with me? I hope you're messing with me. They are expensive? Wow. You're not messing with me? Seriously? No, okay. No trolling. Please tell me. $30 to $60 a month for a PO box last time you had one. That sounds more realistic. You're not messing. My goodness. That's a lot. That is a lot more than here. Okay. I have the list. Yes, I do. Okay, so now these are all in Aussie prices. Can't avoid that, or can I? Ah, yes, I can. So I sorted this by priority, high to low. And this is based on what she set, you know, like her priority list of like highest need, that kind of thing. It's like almost $100 for a PO box a month. Not a PO box price, but Stevie is in the meme war thread when you have a break. I've been sending Ramblings photos of my chickens, and there are memes now with my chickens in them. Yes, buy me a laptop. So the top item is a laptop. I can't see the price. I think, I wonder if it's missing. I'm pretty sure she said it was $400 though. Yeah. So like a full-on laptop. Your PO box is free. How did you wrangle that, Dead Not Sleeping? You went on the, oh, thank you. Wait, hang on. Sorry, technical difficulties. You went on the USPS website, you put in Tampa for a medium PO box, and it's less than $250 for 6 months. Well, it doesn't seem too bad, but she needs someone to pay for it. Interesting. It's $450. Yeah, so here's the thing. When I started my channel, I was using a PC that I got 11 years ago, which at the time it was a fairly decent PC, but you know how technology is. And it was taking me 4 hours to render a 45-minute video. It roughly was like 5 times the time of the actual video to render it. And that was a pain if, you know, I went through the process of editing and rendering it and then watched it back to proof watch it and found that there was a mistake in it. And then I'd have to go and render it again. And, you know, it was a pain in the ass. So I didn't ask my people to buy me a new laptop. What I did was, when I got monetized, I set the money aside as a priority to upgrade my setup. And now I can render a 2-hour video in about half an hour, which is great. It's really, really good. Less issue if I make a mistake, which happens. It's weird to me that she's not only having people pay for her memberships, she's having people watch her videos, she's having people interact and do, basically they're doing everything right. And then on top of that, she's saying, oh, I'm gonna give you this list in case you want to buy me presents, and there's a laptop on there. It just, to me, it rubs me the wrong way. And she's going to justify this later in the live by saying, oh, but it's stuff that I would buy for myself, so it's not like I'm putting stuff up there that I wouldn't buy myself. Well, then buy it yourself. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes. I just got memberships activated and all members' money will go towards a computer. Exactly. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Have I subscribed to you? I will check it out after. But yeah, it's what you do, right? You start the hobby, it starts to bring a little bit of income, you can upgrade your setup, and since then I didn't bother upgrading my microphone because I'm pretty happy with the one that I've got. I obviously don't need a camera. But there have been other little upgrades, like purchasing more storage space so that I can keep more of the members only streams, that like keep them there for longer so people can watch them. I got a boom mic stand so that you don't hear my desk noises anymore. And you know, things like that's what you do. It's like one of those management games, you know, business management games. You earn the money, you upgrade your setup, then you can earn more money. But yeah, I don't know. To me, this is weird. Anyway, let's continue. So continuing to be ranked by her priority, we have a vegetable chopper dicer with container. Oh no, these are rubbish. Just cut by hand. An immersion blender. It's like a stick blender, but with multiple things. These are expensive versions too. Noka superfood fruit smoothie pouches variety pack. Healthy snacks with flaxseed, plant protein, and prebiotic fiber. Vegan and gluten-free snacks. These are things she needs. And by the way, later she will also say that, you know, she hasn't just added random things on there that she would like to have. These are actually things that she needs. Keep that in mind, please. Blue Diamond almonds. Protein pasta? Low carb. Liquid IV. These are expensive, aren't they? I'm pretty sure these are expensive. But they're popsicle firecracker electrolyte. Oh, she does not need electrolytes. You don't need electrolytes unless you're living in a very hot environment, you've been very sick, losing fluids, you're working out extensively and sweating. You really, and especially with the amount that she oversalts her food, she does not need more electrolytes. It's just putting more pressure on her kidneys at this point. They don't need the help. They don't. She just got all that Febreze and nonsense in January. How much Febreze does someone need? Well, I don't know. Those Noka snacks are the worst. They're not good. I've never heard of them. Liquid IV is expensive. I wish I could see the price on it, but I obviously can't get it in Australia. She needs the chopper because she only chops sitting, and that's hard with a knife. We've seen her knife skills, yes, I know. But those things are really hard to use. And if you're dealing with any sort of solid thing, she's still going to need to stand up to get leverage on it. It's not going to make life easier. I know she thinks it will, but it's not going to. More electrolyte powder packets. Ohuhu markers for adult coloring books, no bleed, 100 colors, coloring markers. Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, sounds kind of fun. Sun-kissed soda singles to go, so more packeted sweet drinks. Dove dry shampoo. I've tried that one. It makes my hair greasy. These are things that she's asking her viewers to buy her as presents. Necessity markers. And these are things she would buy herself. It's going to get better. An exfoliating loofah brush. Another loofah on a stick. More loofahs on a stick. Stir liquid enhancer. Naturally sweetened, high in vitamin C and antioxidants. My goodness. As somebody with hyperphantasia, this is creating some imagery for me. 3 scented disposable women's 3-blade razors. Some mascara, some press-on nails. These are things that she needs. Rechargeable LED phone light. Again, something that she should save up her memberships so that she can upgrade her setup. The Ohuhu, I'm sorry if I'm saying these things wrong, by the way. The Ohuhu markers are an overrated, very expensive TikTok product. She's just buying stuff she sees online. Same with the Liquid IV. Yeah, I know that the Liquid IV is like advertised everywhere on YouTube. Hello, Darcy. Welcome in. razors. I don't want to say that out loud. It's borderline mean. You have years worth of electrolytes for $75 making them myself. It's really easy to make your own electrolyte solution. Really easy and cheap. Yes, these are her needs. Okay. Sensory fidget toy for the autism. Leave-in conditioner because we had the dry shampoo before, so this makes sense. Hair cleansing cream clarifying shampoo for all hair types makes me sus. Body what? Hang on. Oh, right. My brain went to bodybuilding, like as in like bodybuilding the fitness activity. Not the bodybuilding of hair. Never mind. Weightless shampoo. Apple cider vinegar hair rinse. Another apple cider vinegar hair rinse. Floating wine glasses for the pool. This is wild. I haven't seen these yet, by the way. This is the first time I'm going through some of them. I saw some when I opened the screen and that was it. Claw clips. Because it's the 90s. Air fryer paper liners. Can you imagine if one of her viewers was like scrolling through this list and going, you know, I want to get Rosie something. Oh yes, air fryer paper liners. That's what I want to buy for her to give her as a gift. I'm not judging. It's just like, it's very odd. You're still on the razors. Does that mean she will shave her armpits finally? Does she not? I'm not aware of this. Oh no, the hen rejected them. You gotta warm them. Oh no, Yummy, you're gonna be their new mommy. She really wants us to finance her entire life. Yeah. It's wild. Because it just, there's things that you can do that you're in control of if you need more money coming in from YouTube. And like, I get that this is limited for her. She can't go out and get a normie job because she's quite too disabled for a 9 to 5. But there are things that you can do that control your income on YouTube that don't involve begging your viewers for more money or gifts. I was not informed of Pitgate. No. I'm still in the throes of learning about Roz. I've just dialed into behavioral patterns at this point. Okay, pens. Gel ink rolling ball pens. Vanilla extract. Vanilla bean paste. Strawberry extract. Popcorn seasoning. Soup and gravy base. This is very weird. Organic spice. Organic seasoning. Organic vanilla powder. What if everybody went through and just found all of the vanilla items and bought all of the vanilla items? Antiperspirant. Oh no, I missed this one. Antimicrobial and antiseptic soap skin cleanser. A hand mixer? Gotta stand up to use those. Oh, she really is. She's watching TikTok. You're right. Organic vegan protein powder, vanilla bean. That's not gonna help on its own. Silicone freezer trays. Air freshener. Strength beyond the shadows. Okay. I find this challenging. I really do. I do. Sorry, I paused the chat by accident. you know a good amount of lore, unfortunately, so you can fill in any details that I may need, I will hit you up for that, Society. I have a handful of really amazing people in the community who have all offered to do that, including quirky moments as well. I'm grateful. It's fun to learn a new person in real time, though. But, like, I just, knowing how she works, I struggle to see this as anything but, like, an empathy or sympathy grab. I understand that you might have those interests. I personally, just from my personal opinion, find it weird that it's on this list. Electric can opener. Oh, I just see that as something that will break. More press-on nails. A poetry book about mental health and healing. Echoes of Love, 100 reflections for the grieving heart, gentle support for grief and life after the loss of a loved one. Okay. For the Roz archivists, I know that there was it her grandmother that passed? Is she still struggling with this? The girls always think they need to supplement protein. That's because at the moment, protein is the buzzword in the fitness community. And, like, it is important, but it needs to come with other things as well. Who's she killing off? Your wish list is hidden? I don't even have an Amazon wish list. I think I've used Amazon, like, twice in my entire life. Although it's not as big of a thing in Australia as it is in America, for sure. Right? Just eat eggs and cottage cheese. It was that 15 years ago. Okay, so who's she grieving? Not saying she's not. I'm just unclear on who it is. Protein bars! Oh, okay. Alright. How... I want to see the sugar content. Give me the nutrients. $150 calories per bar. It's a 40-gram bar, so it's like a muesli bar size. It's a lot of sugars. Sugar is the third ingredient on the list, so it's up there. A lot of oils. More protein bars, protein bars, protein bars, protein bars. Finding Me, a beautiful collection of quotes from soul searchers throughout the ages, guiding you to your highest self. A gentle reminder. I don't know these books. More nails, more nails, more nails, more drinks. No! Do you see these? That would drive me up the wall. So do you think she would put her dangly, you know, the head wrap dangly thing on with these dangling down over the cheeks too? That would drive me up the wall. Goodness. Another chopper. More cutting boards. Portable air cooling fans. More cutting boards, more shampoo, sponges, beauty sponges, more nails, 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 my goodness, nails, 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 nails. Primer for acrylic nail bonding, acrylic nail glue, ibuprofen, 200 milligram. How many of those did she take? Was it like 5 or 6 of them? You're going to riot if someone buys those glasses for her. Skittle juice, Airhead juice, Sonic juice, lemonade juice, Sunkissed juice. My goodness. More ice cube trays, an air fryer. Well, that makes sense because we had the air fryer papers, although the papers were ranked higher need than the actual air fryer. vitamin E cuticle treatment pen, earplugs. Oh look, a microphone. 2 microphones. Again, use your memberships for that. I wonder how her stomach line is going through the constant stream of food, probably helps protect it. This is a similar theory that we brought up in the Cluckers only stream, isn't it? Horrifying. Miracle wash up spray? No, don't get this. This is more TikTok rubbish, isn't it? A cast iron cauldron with handle, ideal for smudging, incense burning, ritual purpose, decoration, candle holder. This makes sense. Candles to go with it. Another ceramic candle holder. Whoops, I accidentally clicked. Oh no, it's good. It's fine. A 40 pack of witchcraft supplies herbs kit. And a 21 pack of dried flowers for candle making. Because hobbies are important. Yeah. Yeah. It's a wish list, more like a novel. Well, that was a fun side quest, wasn't it? Let's go back. So keep all of that in mind when she talks about this list.
The P.O. box or the Amazon wish list is also reopened. So I put a lot of stuff on there. Before like everybody starts, like all the haters start like clutching the pearls and shit, I'm just gonna
Whoops, too late. My bad.
Dress it out right. I did add I think right with Prime deal, I think it's like a $400 laptop that has the proper storage I need that this one doesn't have, because this laptop is limiting what I'm able to do. I've talked about this a lot, so I'm not expecting anyone to get it for me.
Also, I'm just going to say that she's looking at a new laptop, which the specs were okay-ish. I don't know if she's like, you know, taken into account that video editing requires certain things, but like you get so much more for your value with refurbished computers, and oftentimes they still look new. So it's not like you're getting second hand, you know, things like that. It's probably that they've sat in an office somewhere and then they've been upgraded. But I don't think she's done that kind of research. Oh no, are we going to have a witchcraft arc? Witchcraft arc? I hope not. She'll make a lot of people mad. I had assumed that that was already part of the law. I take it it's not. You had mice get into the lemongrass in the kit. That'll happen. Sorry, I was just trying to catch up. Ugh, can't highlight it. You're not worried about whether someone shaves their pets. Just for the love of God, take showers with running water. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't really care what she does with her underarms. Yes. Yeah, you brought a refurbished MacBook Pro for over half the price. It's awesome. Yeah. You know, you sit like a year behind the actual trend, but you save so much money. Tarot was attempted and people got mad. Yes, that I was just getting into her at that point. I didn't have much to say about that. Actually, refurbs are better than a new. They have already had their failure and are warranted like new. Yeah, they are. That's true. You tend to keep an eye on the X-Demo devices. It's great. It really is. It really is.
If someone were to, I'd probably cry my eyes out, to be honest. But like I said, I also use my Amazon wish list to add things that like I would purchase for myself once I'm able to. So just want to throw that out there. But
look, I'm not saying people can't have, you know, creators can have these wish lists. I get it. It's part of the culture, especially when you're looking at the e-girls and things like that. I do get that. For me, I I personally wouldn't feel good about asking all of you to do extra on top of what you already do. Several of you are already more than generous with actually doing direct financial supporting, but the reality of it, you turning up, you engaging with my content, giving a like, giving a comment, subscribing and things like that, that's more than enough. That's the point. So outside of that, I personally, ethically and morally am or would be uncomfortable going, oh yeah, by the way, here's a wish list. I will be getting a PO box, but it's so I can send things out without doxing myself not to receive things. So this is what fills your shopping list if you could afford it, Rosie. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, Tobin's is an awesome name. I mean, my laptop I got financed and I paid it off in less than 2 months. So, not that that's any of your goddamn business.
Oh yeah, she's very sassy in this stream too.
Aw, thank you, Gamer Girl. Yeah, so anyway, it's just out there. People have been requesting for my a way to send me stuff. Like if you just want to write a letter, drop.
See, when she says this, because of the history that I personally have clocked her doing behaviorally, when there is one person doing or saying something, she will expand it into many people or, you know, lots of people or a group of people. And it makes me wonder if there was just one person going, hey, can you get a PO box? And now it's many people. Oh, thank you so much, Darcy. Love your content, Vera. Thank you for your point of view. My pleasure. You just remembered this is a members only stream. Pay me to show you how I want you to spend more money on me. Wasn't that was her last members only stream, wasn't it? She literally sat there on her computer just adding things to this list. And that's what she did. She didn't even share her screen so people could see what she was browsing. It just like, yeah. Yeah.
Picture, I'd love it. I mean, it's stuff I can just unbox and do. A big part of my content is like haul content and things like that, and or if there's things you want me to try, review, whatever, like different products, whatever, like it's just there now. Hey, Morgan the Stallion, we're happy to have you here. And yeah, so that's everything I put on my wish list. Like I have a rule. Everything that I put on my wish list would be something that if I had the money, I would pay for myself. I'm not just going to throw shit on there because I think it would be cool to have.
That right there. I'm not just going to throw shit on there because I think it would be cool to have. So it was full of like the Wicca stuff and the nails, like how many nails did we go through, how many different shampoos and conditioners were on there. What if I told you you're right? It was only one person that offered to send her a product from their small business. She mentioned a PO box and another supporter said cool. Oh no. Oh no. See, that's another thing too. If somebody did that, I would want to purchase it if I could. Yeah. Deodorant and shampoo is something she can't afford herself. And the nails. Like, here's the thing. I'm really not at all criticizing. She can have the wish list. It's fine. For me, morally and ethically, it crosses a line. That's my personal take, though. I don't, you know, it's none of my business what she does. But if you're really struggling, like really struggling, financially, there are things, you know, a priority list of things that need to go in order to get the function of everyday life happening, right? And nails, those nails would be at the top of my list. Why are you buying nails if you're struggling to afford doctor's appointments and things like that? And yes, you can say, well, a doctor's appointment does not equate to a box of nails, but all of those little things add up. How much nonsense does she spend on food that she doesn't need? How much nonsense does she spend on getting food delivered that she doesn't need? The nails, there's probably a whole host of things that all add up that could equate to even insurance or something like that. So it's not the one item, it's the many items. And how many, because like nail packets aren't exactly cheap either, and neither is delivering food and things like that. You know, how many things could she just go without in order to upgrade her setup and get a laptop that she needs? That's kind of how adult life works, right? I know I'm preaching to the choir again. Sorry for mansplaining. Yes, I agree. It's just the way she expects gifts. I would buy necessities for someone who doesn't have a 50k subscriber, although to be fair, Bella, I know she has 50k subscribers, but her numbers that she gets are closer to mine. It's a matter of priority. She wants the takeout and the fake nails and doesn't care about going to the doctor. Yes. Hey, Jenny! Popped in to say hi. Gotta be a replay nugget. Work is cracking down on earbuds. Fair. Definitely gotta work. That's important. Chookinsplaining. I know. I think about this too, Isabel. Long nails make your hygiene harder. And a band if you're working in medical. That's all I think when I see her with these, because like, let's be honest, things are going to get much harder when you're in a physique like this, and then you're going to add something that makes it harder even for somebody who is of normal proportion, that they would struggle with it potentially. I know some people don't. What fun. Sucks. I caught Jenny's live the other day, by the way. If you haven't caught a Jenny live, she's very lovely to listen to. I recommend the channel. I know you said yes before, but may you plug? Yeah, if I've said yes, Isabel, I don't mind self-promotion at all. The only thing I will say to people to keep in mind is if I haven't actually gone and vetted a channel myself, I'm not actively endorsing it, but absolutely you can self-promote. I don't mind.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so I did add like more fake nails because those are pretty affordable in terms of like the total cost for the products and stuff. So I try to be mindful of that because I really appreciate anyone that wants to be generous and send gifts and things of that nature. So Moral dilemma number 1, you discover you have the power to erase one person's memory of you completely. Who do you use it on?
That was a sound. When I had this playing, I was editing, so I had everything on double speed, and it was just the most obnoxious sound. I thought, oh, maybe it'll sound better if it's played at normal time. It does not.
Which stalker do I pick? Sorry. Cut the cameras. Ugh.
Her use of language here is important too. She just said, which stalker do I pick? That's going to become relevant later in this live.
Oh. The people that I would want to do that for, I don't want to say their names. Because I don't want to either give them the attention, the clout, the what have you. But there's a few people I can think of for that.
So we know she's talking about Cam and Nikiteea, and I don't know if you've all seen the Zachary Michael videos. There's 2 of them now on this particular topic, and Roz had no problem sharing their names when she was dropping things in Twitter, just gonna say, but now all of a sudden she's decided that she doesn't want to share their names to give them clout. And that brings me to addressing the elephant in the room, because I know that Nikiteea is a platform. It's a channel that I've platformed many a time on this channel, and I've talked to Nikiteea quite a bit personally. And look, my only take on all of this situation is pretty much what you're going to expect from me. And that is, with me, with my channel, with my community, everybody has a chance to grow. Mistakes have been made, accountability has been taken. And as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen from Nikki, she's making every effort to change behavior that was a mistake in the past. That's from my own perspective. Obviously, I don't know everything that's going on. I couldn't possibly know. I wasn't there. I wasn't around at that time. So this is definitely an unfolding kind of situation, and I want everybody to keep that in mind, that with me, people have room to grow. And I mean it when I say that even the likes of Rachel, if she turned around, took accountability, apologized properly, and then showed tangible change, I would be saying the same thing about her, and I will at any point should she ever decide to do that. So this is going to be my stance on it. It's up to Nikki to see how she's going to move forward with this situation. And basically we're going to see what behavior unfolds moving forward. My feeling is she will continue to do the appropriate thing, but yeah, room to grow. Everybody has that benefit, including all of you. And that's just how I run my channel. It's how I will always run my channel, because here's the thing. If you could indulge me in a thought exercise, just for one moment, think about a time where you are not proud of your behavior. Think about a time where you realize with hindsight you were the villain in that situation. Think about a time where you're just not entirely happy with the person that you were. And the thing is, do you want me to judge you by that moment? I certainly wouldn't want all of you to judge me by my worst moment. And that's basically the ethical line that I will continue to move through. If, however, like the girls, like Rachel, mistakes continue to happen, that's a different thing. But from right now, where I stand, yeah, it's a growing thing, right? Cool. Let's continue.
Jerseys, the ones that, and I'm not talking about a random reactor. I'm talking about the people who go IRL and shit, or people who I used to be friends with who, I would love for them to forget I exist, because I'm almost there and I just
Des. Vera, excuse me, but I'm not looking to grow. I'm still trying to shrink. Well, I mean, fair, you and I both.
can't forget that they exist, because they are still obsessed with me. So, and it's crazy because like I'm just a fat bitch on the internet. Why the fuck are you still obsessed with me? Weird.
Oh, I hated how all it's like on Mean Girls, right? All of the girls think that everybody is obsessed with them. Like every single one. It's like this trope that they all manage to walk into. Oh no, flashbacks to the stupidity of you in the 90s. Oh, Furball, I'm with you. We would have been stupid together at the same time. I, personally, just gonna say, hit the peak of Mount Stupid at 19. Well said, Vera. She's shown change behavior. That's what matters. I don't love the HRH's pulley body cams, but we all have different lines and opinions. I agree with you, Quirky. And in all honesty, HRH is a channel that I've called out before a couple of times on this channel. I was surprised to see that Nikki was supporting that channel, but ultimately, none of my business. Everybody has different ethical and moral lines, and what is okay for one is, yeah. Okay for another. None of my business. She's got a big lesbian crush on me. Oh, I love Mean Girls.
Weird behavior. If you say their name 3 times, careful. Exactly. Oh Lord. Sorry. Niles, that one got me. Yeah. Anyone I can think of that I would want to erase my existence in their mind. All of those people, I wouldn't want to say their names. because the main reason I would pick them is because I want them to forget about me and move on with their life. Wait, where's the laptop?
Sometimes I like to leave the pauses in because it shows what her live streams are really like. But just on that last point, sorry, I picked the wrong time to go to Lou. She doesn't want them to forget about her because she's the one that actually dredged up all of this mess again. This is 2 years old drama that she's bringing up. And make no mistake, she is doing a distract and deflect maneuver to try and get the heat off her from stealing the spotlight from the victims of Paradise. That's what's going on here. So regardless of what you think about Cam or Nikki or this situation that's going on, don't forget she is trying to distract us from that. And I think what is really frustrating about this is it's working. And the more people divert the drama over to that side of things, not saying, you feel how you want to feel, but the more that, everybody does that, the more she's actually winning here. Vera, you hit the pause, I think. I actually was concerned of what happened when I went to the loo. Yeah. And also, just while we're on the topic, and then I will forget, I will stop talking about it as well. I do just want to iterate or reiterate that this is just how I feel personally about the situation. And if the situation changes at any point, I reserve the right to change my mind about everything. But I'm not at all saying that you need to feel the way that I do either. You support who you want to support. You have complete free will. Despite what the girls like to say, you're all intelligent human beings who have your own mind, and you can make up your own mind about things. And yeah, this is just how I need to live to make sure that I'm abiding by my ethical and moral lines. I hope that makes sense to everybody. No. What is Yummy doing now? These rumors are getting out of hand, Yummy. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You think Rod started a lot of this via Reddit and comments on sock accounts. She is way more calculated than the other girls. Not intelligent, but calculated. Conniving is probably the word. And I accidentally clicked. Let's be respectful about it. Yeah. Exactly. She's confused because she's lost her laptop on her list.
Wait, was it actually purchased? Because it's not even on here.
And now she thinks somebody's purchased it. Because that's how Amazon wish lists work. When somebody purchases it gets removed. Because if you noticed the there's a needs and then a number, so it has an amount that can be purchased. So we're just forgetting that we're live. Obsessing about our wish list.
Hold on. Yeah, it's not where it's supposed to be.
Please speak. Stop it.
That would be insane.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
It's just confusing because it's not even on the wish list.
Okay, what would you prefer? Roz silently mouth breathing, or Eugenia repeatedly giggling and gasping? What is less cringe?
That I didn't remove it. It's not. I don't even see it under purchased. So I'm just a little confused. And normally when it sells out or something, it'll put like buying options. You can like it doesn't remove it unless you manually remove it. So I think I need to go like I need to pick out like a new purse to get in the near future because I'm very picky. I need my purses to
Eugenia is less unpleasant. I actually agree with you. Eugenia never quite invokes the same feeling in me that Roz manages to. Death. I choose death. Oh, let's not be hasty, Des. There's so much to live for. We could go watch LCU if you want. Yummy. Oh, do you need help? Rosie can breathe heavy in my ear all day and night. Oh dear. Sadly, Eugenia would be more cringe as the mouth breathing isn't so overly forced. True, it's authentic. Yes, fair. You would rather not in both cases, thanks. Oh, that's no fun, Isabel. Come on, play the game.
either have a shoulder strap option or they need to be like long enough to like suit my arm size. Cause like if the arm isn't big, if it's not big enough for me to just put on my shoulder, not my elbow, but my shoulder, like I don't want it. So I'm very picky about that. But I wanna do that later. I'm not gonna do that right now, but
because that would be unprofessional, right? It would mean you're just sitting there staring at your phone while on live, right? Roz?
it's just so weird that the laptop's like missing. Let me search it.
What is this scandal? I don't know how to adequately mod quirky moments outing themselves as an agent for Rachel in my life. The third agency is for Rachel. Oh, the shame of it. I wonder when Rachel's gonna come back. And do we think she's gonna come back with Amber and the LCU stuff, or do we think she's gonna start covering Roz? I am so heavily conflicted about the thought of her covering Roz, in all honesty. You're a triple agent. Part of me feels like Rachel really needs to cover someone other than Amber. It's weird. It's giving obsessed. But at the same time, Rachel goes IRL and goes sewer spelunking and gets parasocial weirdly, and so does Roz. I feel like the combo of those two would be very, very bad. Or potentially very, very good. But probably very, very bad.
I'm looking at it right here. Okay, I'm gonna put it back on the list unless someone contacts me. Because I don't know what the fuck happened there.
You can tell she's kind of hoping, like just kind of hoping that somebody has actually bought it, but nobody has. Darkwick, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Congratulations to those recipients. Thank you. Can we get some chicken butts and juicy peaches in the chat for Darkwick? I appreciate you. Thank you. YouTube is not Rachel's main income source. No, not anymore. We think it might have been for a time, but it's not anymore. Yeah, who is the 5th? Where did that go? Maybe it's on my... Let me see if I can see it on my back end. That sounds lewd. No, I don't know who it went to. It's not showing there either. Hang on. I honestly don't know. Did it go to somebody? You get rabies, everyone gets a little rabies. No. Yeah, I legitimately don't know. I'm sure that there'll be somewhere in the back end that I can see it. No. Not at the moment. Yeah, I have no idea. That's really weird. Because usually it comes up with all of them. I wonder if it's somebody that doesn't, like, want people to know. I don't know. Back end. Hello, Naomi. Hi. We did discuss the Eugenia stuff. If you go back to the beginning, you'll see it all. Bros ate the 5th. Oh no. Quirky, you've been a clucker for 1 month. Thank you so much. You are starting to hatch. You're no longer a little egg. It's weird. Maybe it was going to you, but YouTube heard Yammy's rumor about you and decided no. Maybe. Yeah, I have no doubt that somebody received it. I would be very surprised if there was that sort of glitch in YouTube gifting, but it has not said it anywhere. All I can see that there's 5 memberships. And on my Streamlabs information, it's actually only showing me names for 3, and YouTube showed 4, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Isabel. I'm sorry. Maybe the next one's yours. Yay, you're starting to hatch too, Bella. Thank you so much for being a clucker for a month. Happy 1 month anniversary. You're all slowly hatching.
Okay. Make sure this is the right one, right? Hold on. Yeah.
This is not appropriate to do on a live. Just do better, please, Roz. Please do better than this.
Because I just don't believe that anyone bought it this fast. That would be crazy.
For everyone who just got gifted a membership, by the way, if you can see my pinned comment and also in the description of this live how to link your YouTube channel to Discord if you want to jump in and watch our members only streams. But if you still have trouble after that, just shoot me a friend request somewhere and I'll get you in. Vera the Took an everywhere.
There it is. Okay. Edit. Okay, I fixed it. I don't know.
Yummy, thank you so much. Another 5 gifted memberships. Can we get chicken butts and juicy peaches in the chat for Yummy? I appreciate you, my mods. Look at that. Like you don't do enough for me already. Thank you.
What the hell happened, but I fixed it. Okay. What about a melted candle? Who said anything about a melted candle? Melted candle.
So the melted candle thing is in reference to an Anne Boleyn lore joke, but Roz doesn't get it. Yes, it does. No, sorry, Geek. It doesn't reset if you miss a month. It's just if you resume, it will continue it's basically the duration that you've had a membership. So it just gets paused, basically. You continue to hatch. And I'm so excited for people to get to 12 months. I'm pretty sure Giselle is there, but she doesn't come into the chat a lot, so I don't get to see the badge.
I don't see anything about a melted candle. I don't know. Yeah. That's one of the big things that I think I fear about weight loss, to kind of move back to the question I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, thank you, A lot of people have found that if you disconnect or reconnect, it helps. But there's also a little delay as well. The syncing is not perfect. That's why I say just like send me a friend request if you have trouble. I'll send you the invite link. It's not a big deal. Just if your name is different, send me what your username is. Like, send me a screenshot of your membership, and yeah, that's all good.
And I'm coming to terms with the fact that fear is vanity. It's vain.
I disagree with this. I do believe she's being honest here. So she is afraid of losing weight. I agree. But I'm just going to pause this thought. Yummy, thank you so much. You've been a clucker for 2 months. Quirky Moment steals vintage washcloths. Society buys only the green ones after. I've heard this about Quirky Moments stealing vintage washcloths. I've definitely heard that somewhere. Yeah. That sounds right. Thank you, Yami. I appreciate you. So, Roz being scared to lose weight. I'm actually surprised a little bit. Sorry, one moment. I am surprised a little bit that she has this level of insight because Roz, I think she's probably the best at delusion and denial that we've seen thus far. She can really wrap herself around in her own lies and believe it. But I do believe that while vanity may be a factor because she's talking about loose skin here, I think really what she fears is that if she loses the weight, she will actually have to be a functional, accountable adult that she is currently running from. The Arrested Development is thick with her, and I've been there. I know this. I've experienced this. But her weight is her safety blanket. It makes her, quote, disabled. It makes it so that somebody always has to be looking after her. It makes it so that really you can't actually expect anything of her because how could she, right? That's what she's actually afraid of, in my opinion.
It's a vain-based fear. It's about my looks and how I'm perceived.
Only 4 months, Yami. It's 6 months when you hatch. And then at 12 months, you get your adult feathers.
And how, not only by myself, but by others. And that fear needs to be worked through enough to not let it trump the health benefits. Hey, yeah, we're in my room. We've just been chatting. Honestly, I'm having a blast. I've been yapping the whole time. Lots of things have been discussed. It's been...
Oh yeah, no, we've skipped a lot of this live at this point. We're like an hour in real time. We've done 11 minutes of footage. It was a long stream. Yes, that's a really good point too, Bella. It's her identity. And that's scary, right? When you've made something your identity and that's what you've lived for your whole life. And that's what you believe about yourself and that's what you believe you deserve. And it's all you know. How terrifying to step out of that and embrace something else. What I will say, having also done that, it is so worth it. Always combat that fear monster. Always challenge your fears. Don't let it grow, not even once. And if you do, acknowledge it and do better next time. It is so worth breaking out of those fear holds that the girls, all of them, have. Yeah, you were about to say that. Her weight is entirely attached to her identity. And her income at this point, right? She has to actually grow up if she loses it. And her comfort zone, she's picking that. Petition to ban Darkwick? Why? What now? Petition denied. No, I didn't see any of those problems. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fun. I look like a walking roast beef sandwich is crazy. I'm sorry. Hold on. I look like a walking roast beef sandwich because all the time I've gained and lost the same 100 pounds due to my... Yeah.
How does one look like a walking roast beef sandwich? because I'm usually really good at visuals, and like the melted candle one makes sense to me. How does anybody get this? I know what they're trying to say, but I can't get the visual to match.
I have to delete that comment. I'm sorry, because sometimes they are weird about comments with certain words, guys. Sorry. I don't want to risk my monetization.
You don't want to risk your demonetization, and yet you are still actively doing all of the behaviors that caused you to lose it in the first place. Now, you are being very lucky at the moment because YouTube have backed off several of their terms of service points, like the actual community guidelines. There are 2 that they are still very serious about, and one of those she is dancing the line with, and that is by cooking and eating on her lives. It could be argued that she is perpetuating and promoting this lifestyle, which has been proven in many scientific articles to actually be damaging to people who watch it. Not all people, but enough, right? As damaging as what Eugenia's end of the spectrum is. She is interpreting that because she's not getting any ramifications for it, that it's okay to do. But she hasn't actually learned anything and probably hasn't bothered to read the terms of service either. And I find it hilarious, to be perfectly honest, that she will be tentative about certain words, which is correct. She's tentative about certain words being used in her chat, but she's not tentative about the actual filming that she does.
Again, you can learn you can learn to love yourself in a new healthy body that lets you live a longer happy life. Yeah, so no, you're good. I appreciate what you were saying. It's just there's certain words, like I deleted someone else's comment earlier for that reason, so it's not personal, but yeah, we're just chilling. I gifted 10 memberships today, Taylor, so
Darkwick, like this stream, or Rosie will rob you at chairpoint and steal your personality, phobias, and disabilities. Some people might like that. Thank you, Darkwick. Rules for thee and not for me. She just doesn't understand. She doesn't understand what YouTube is trying to do, but they really have relaxed a little bit, especially around lives. And if this has taught us anything, all of these rules were put into place in 2023, but they were not enforced until 2025, proving that if the rule is there, it can be enforced at any time. She still doesn't get this. Just because it's okay today does not mean it will be okay tomorrow. Things are not guaranteed, but that's kind of how all of the girls think, right? She can have mine. Why does everyone want me to dislike streams? I know, Yami, it always seems that way, doesn't it? Well, to be fair, it's still engagement. You can dislike if you want to. My brain just made that, that you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. You can dislike if you want to. Oh, my brain's a fun place sometimes.
We're on my computer. And we're like 2.5 hours in and I'm still yapping. I'm still going. So, but oh yeah, so my fear of weight loss, it also, like, I've been working through a lot of stuff and I don't know how much of it I'm willing.
Yes, Stin can confirm. Thank you so much for sharing this. Can confirm, when I was in the throes of your condition, you used to watch ALR and Chantel's videos and to validate your conditioned thoughts. And also, there's that perspective that it can harm, but it can also do the opposite, right? Where you're watching these women just like consume absurd things, right? In amounts that I'm trying to break up these sentences. I hope you're following me. And what it can do is you watch it and go, well, I'm not that bad, so what I'm doing is not harmful, when in actual fact it can be. So it can still create a permission basis for a condition to exist, or just to indulge in an unhealthy lifestyle, generally speaking.
To talk about publicly yet. But I will say, like, I have a very unique perspective on this topic because of my past in feederism. And not even only my past in feederism, but actually like just my past in like fat acceptance, and how my perception of self, the source of validation that I had for years, the
cogs are turning. You can see them turning.
Way in which I was regarded and treated in the fat acceptance and feederism communities. Something that I was warned of in my early days online that I thought was bullshit and that I thought wasn't true or a problem was I did somewhere along the way, couldn't tell you when, ended up having my identity of self completely tied to my fatness.
So the way she's talking about this, what stood out to me is the way she's describing the sorts of words she's using, and just the general tone. This is different to how she normally talks about trauma, like past trauma related things. She's actually, I feel, having some level of self introspection at this point. Oh, I'm forgetting the A at the end of your name. So should it be Steiner? Please spell phonetically. Because it all looks like one word to me. I was just picking the first oh, now my cogs are turning. What's the word? Syllable.
And trying to detach that mentally so I can go through a weight loss journey and not feel like I'm having a complete identity crisis.
She's right, but I do think she might be looking at things from the wrong angle, right? I think she's looking exclusively at this from a vanity angle and from a personality angle, but she really needs to start addressing her fears. And we can tell that she's fully wrapped up and fully at the behest of her fears, because it starts to manifest as agoraphobia, even though her agoraphobia is the most selective agoraphobia that I've ever seen. Yeah, she does seem to have a personality disorder of some kind, though she has very little self-awareness most of the time. I think we're having a bit of a lucid moment at the present time. Oh, it's Nordic. It's Stina. Yeah, like Christina. Okay, Stina. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. People say spell phonetically and you're like, with your accent, it's probably still going to be wrong. You're not wrong.
Has been a long process. And I am so much further now than I ever was. But yeah, validation sometimes comes from within. That's very true. That's the way it should be, Tobeans. But back then, that's not how I was. Back then, I was worshipped for my size. Alana, no, I do not.
Deflection with fears is still a form of indulging the fear. It's like, oh no, I won't look at that thing that I know is real. I'm going to go look over here and talk about this, and I'm not looking at that other thing. No, that doesn't exist. It's still feeding the fear monster. Yeah, Cramblings. Cramblings is a Kiwi. Just don't start talking about your deck, Cramblings. We'll be fine. I'm allowed to poke fun, okay? My dad's a Kiwi. You have a... Oh, hello. I missed you. I have a hard time taking Roz's introspection at face value. Everything is performative. She doesn't read as genuine to you. I agree with you most of the time. I felt personally that there was something a little bit different about this. But you could be very right too. I could be giving her way too much of the benefit of the doubt. What if you have a deck of cards to play with? No decks of any kind.
That is something that Girl World is currently pushing with no actual evidence or backing, because to push that I possibly have that diagnosis is to help invalidate my real life struggles and real life issues and symptoms. It's deplorable. It's disgusting. And if I'm a horrible, shitty person for thinking I'm self-determined autistic, then anyone perpetuating the fact that I may or may not have HPD or HPD,
Thought she said HPV for a moment. Okay, so I have some thoughts about this. Basically, what she's saying is that we're invalidating her experience, her life experience, by saying that she's not diagnosed with autism and that, you know, she is self-diagnosing and that should count for something. I do understand that life can be hard, and to have that invalidated, that's rough. However, autism is not one of those, like it's not an exclusionary diagnosis. It's not even like a self-checklist kind of diagnosis. It's a thing that trained professionals can look at and go, yes, this, or no, not this. And she went to a doctor to be diagnosed, and they said, no, you don't have it. So what she's saying, I understand what she's saying, but by saying that, essentially, she is invalidating all of those people who have been diagnosed and who are struggling with it on a day-to-day basis. And what's worse is, it's a clucking spectrum disorder. So not only did they not say, oh, well, kinda, a little bit, you're here, they just said no. Right? It's different than if it was like a personality disorder, which I think is probably more to the point. And I do suspect that there might be some like OCD kind of like tendencies there. But she is, once again, it's a little bit stolen valor adjacent, right? Except not valor. She's essentially trying to co-opt other people's experiences to excuse her poor decisions in life. And lots of people can be still neurotypical but experience aspects of some things that autistic people experience. It's just, I find this personally, knowing a lot of diagnosed autistic people in my family, to be disgusting language. And I'm so sorry, because I know that there's a lot of autistic people in my community having to listen to this. Your mistrust runs deep. Hopefully your wrong growth from Roz would be welcome. Yeah, it's always welcome, isn't it? I don't at all judge you for not believing her. I think it's a rational observation based on her history. Vera, everyone in your life says you're autistic, and while I don't think they're wrong, I also don't care, and I haven't gone for any diagnosis. I just live my life. Joel, I'm the same. So I think it's really evident that I'm neurodivergent on some level. I've been diagnosed with OCD, but there are a lot of diagnosed autistic people in my family, like a lot, and I think it's likely. I just haven't bothered because I don't need the diagnosis for anything, so it doesn't matter. What am I referring to when I say OCD? So sometimes OCD is not just about repetition. Sometimes it's about rumination. And sometimes things that look like agoraphobia can go along with it. So again, it's a spectrum thing, right? And she does have little things like, for example, being overstimulated in crowds or outside or certain noises and things like that. It can manifest in that kind of direction. Not at all saying that she has OCD. I'm just saying there's some tendencies there. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, that's valid too. Hello, Mammy Bell. Welcome in. A lot of the traits she sees in her self-diagnosis as her being autistic are also shared traits with ADHD, which she is diagnosed with. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's so much overlap. Yeah, extreme OCD and anxiety is very similar to autism, but less mirror neurons, which is the difference. Yeah, the function is a different thing, but it can, yeah, there's shared things, right? I mean, it could be any number of things. But when you've gone to a doctor and that doctor has out and out said no, I'm not going to say that, you know, doctors have never made mistakes. If she's really hell bent on it, get a second opinion. But to have publicly said this doctor has said no, and now she's still harping about it, to me, that rubs me the wrong way. Oh, yes. OCD can also be extreme with intrusive thoughts. Can it ever? That was my biggest one. These days, I just call it my shit-stirring brain and tell it to go sit in the corner and get on with life. OCD can be managed. I don't think it's ever removed, but it can be managed. One of the things that got your doctor to test you for autism was your need for rituals and the sensory processing disorder. Yeah. Yeah. That's shared with OCD too, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, that was my little rant. I'll let her continue.
That I may have HPD with
I'm sorry, I keep hearing HPV. Sorry.
I did not say that a doctor said I had a personality disorder. I was misdiagnosed bipolar. I've never been diagnosed with BPD or any personality disorder.
Never? Really?
The fuck? When did I say that? What?
Oh, you have OCD too? Mine was pretty debilitating when it was, you know, able to run rampant. It took a lot of practice to get it under control. And I still have to practice those things to keep it under control. I still don't understand. I went in for dyslexia testing and came out with ADHD and ASD, and I was like, what? What does it mean?
God, y'all are exhausting.
These are the people that support her she's talking to in this way.
Anyway, my point is, these people who are trying to attribute diagnoses that I don't have, that everyone in my life knows that I don't have because they know what I'm actually going with, and my medical professionals know what's actually up. It's disgusting. It's disgusting for you to sit there and think that you can armchair diagnose me with HPD while telling me that all the years of research and experience and everything I've done and everything and all the medical professionals I've worked with.
Doesn't that kind of go along with histrionic personality disorder though? She's like kind of confirming in a way.
Is all bullshit because you know more based on what, my YouTube content? Go fuck yourself.
I mean, people are coming to these conclusions because of what she's put out there. I think it's unfair to put content out into the world and then dictate how those people are to receive it, right? The people, you know, brains are little assumption machines. People are going to come to conclusions on their own, and that's just part of it. She can stop all of this at any time. She can make all of this go away, all of the quote stalking, all of the, you know, quote grooming, all of the abuse that she cops at the hands of this. All of this can go away. She has that power. But the reality is she keeps feeding the trolls. She keeps sticking her nose into places that it doesn't belong. She keeps getting on live and being absolutely unhinged. She enjoys all of this. She's welcoming all of this. There might be parts of it, I don't doubt, that feel awful to her, but overall, she is getting a payoff from this.
I was pretty militant back then, Dad, yeah.
Oh, good. Daddy's in the chat.
So I don't refuse to see medical professionals. I don't have insurance because American healthcare is fucking disgusting. So. This keeps coming up, and I don't understand why Rosie people think would fake autism. It's a tough diagnosis. She's trying to figure herself out. I think I have OCD and I've never been diagnosed. Yeah.
But it would be more productive if she actually went and got a diagnosis that actually fits her, and then maybe she can be medicated if that's appropriate, or she can start doing things like CBT or DBT and actually make some progress. But in making the progress, once again, like the losing the weight, then she would have to be a functional adult, and responsibilities would be put on her and expectations would be put on her, and that is what she's most terrified of. Why are we talking about dyslexia? Mira, the way you said daddy made me giggle. Yes. I mean, you all know full well that I actually have dyslexia, and it's super fun sometimes. Mira calls Creeper daddy. No, I'm gonna keep calling him daddy.
Alana, I'm going to go ahead and block you because I just don't know if you're being willfully stupid to troll or you're actually that unfortunately talented in the mind.
Couldn't see what was said, but this is all about the pushing the fake autism diagnosis at this point.
But you can go. Because if you think of Amazon purchase as enough to cover doctors, you're just fucking stupid. And I don't have time for you.
Talking about being able to afford doctors, right?
But also, you're the one armchair diagnosing me. So unless you're going to pay for my insurance, shut the fuck up. That's really all I got to say. Yeah, getting some household items on sale versus avoiding thousands in insurance and medical fees are not applicable. Yeah. I probably have an anxiety disorder, but like, fuck a diagnosis. I mean, if you have the access, you should seek, you should if you can.
Can I get US Nuggets weighing in here? So I know that we've kind of touched on this before. I know that insurance would probably be expensive for her given her condition, the state that she's gotten herself in, of course, because insurance will be more likely to pay out, right? But regarding like services that she has access to, because I know that Nikiteea found a bunch in the area, but to her point, we are Aussies sitting here not fully understanding the US system. I would be interested to hear in any US Nuggets weighing in on this.
The access to that, I wish I had been able to do more before I lost my insurance, but I like how,
you know what, just like with Candy, I want to see her budget. I want to see what the outgoings are. I want to see what the incomings are. I feel like I'm confident I could work this out. You have Obamacare? I thought that was decommissioned. Putting money towards insurance is comparable to buying that wish list. There's the Affordable Health Care Act. So it's not nothing. Is she making excuses here? Like, are there some steps that at minimum she could be doing that would move her towards a better goal? Practically frothing at the mouth. I just feel like a creepy guy deserves a creepy name. What she needs is DBT. So do I. I don't talk. Don't talk to me about it. which there is a PDF book rolling around for free to start. You kind of think Roz is hiding behind not having insurance as a defense for not having the diagnosis she claims. So it all feeds into that same function that we've been discussing, really. Right. So the Affordable Healthcare Act is Obamacare. So what's stopping her from, like, is there only a finite amount of people that can get it? Do they have to meet certain criteria? What is stopping her from getting this at minimum? Some states gutted it, so it's harder to get insurance, but it should be supplemented if she doesn't make a certain amount. Yeah. Also, getting insurance would be adulting. Fair. Very fair. It's tricky. Allegedly, all Rosie pays for is the internet bill. I feel like her overheads would be very low. If you ignore, like, excessive food purchasing. Because the way she buys food is expensive too. So, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting. She's in the wrong state. The government in that state broke it. Right. I've heard about Medicaid. Yeah, she's talked about it, hasn't she? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't fully understand it enough to be able to speak on it in any sort of intelligent level. But every part of my gut says that she's making excuses, that she could at least be doing something. Like something. Anything. She makes Levi pay for groceries? Really? Yeah, honestly, she could cut her food budget in half and get plenty and afford insurance. That's what I'm thinking. If I could just get a look at it. Like, just let me look at the budget. I want to play with the budget. Please give me the budget.
People think the small amount of stuff you bought yourself on Amazon will cover a doctor's visits. I know. And you also don't even, I'm not sharing the details of my finances anymore. You don't even know how it happened. So just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't have the patience.
She is full of the cluck bombs tonight.
It's hard to get an autism diagnosis for women, I hear. It is, but I wouldn't know. Lots of my family are autistic, from high functioning and low functioning. The girls always got diagnosed late, yeah. And then people make fun of me for my typos and shit when I forget to proofread, but then tell me that I'm lying about having dyslexia symptoms. God for fucking bid. You want to just, like, make...
So she just brought up dyslexia out of nowhere. They were talking about autism, and now she's talking about dyslexia.
Fun of me and call me stupid when I'm, like, dyslexic. And, I mean...
And that's a typical dyslexic argument. People thinking you're stupid because you're dyslexic. Personally, not something I've ever had thrown at me. But, like, she's just brought this up out of nowhere. She is doing that distract and divert technique again. This is a move for her. Oh no. Gwen. Chicken math shall be unleashed upon the budget. That's not a good thing. Chicken math is a real thing, okay. Ooh, she told us to shut the clock up. Creepaw has dyslexia. Do you mean Daddy has dyslexia? It can be inherited. I don't know if anybody in my family has dyslexia. Not proofreading is autistic. I actually think she's saying not proofreading is dyslexia. Or dyslexic, not autistic. Because she just fully did a 180 on this conversation. Oh, see, Darkwick, now you've showed me a button and all I want to do is push the button. I'm sorry. I will quell my inner chaos demon.
I think my intelligence is clear. I struggle with a lot of cognitive issues and a lot of things because I've had concussions and I have multiple issues. Like, it's just...
But a lot of people do have these struggles. A lot of people find ways around them. You find ways to deal with your neurodivergent brain, and, you know, sometimes you even manage to turn it into a superpower, and it's kind of just part of life, learning about yourself like that. And it's not a perspective of seeing that it's broken or that it needs to be fixed. It's just working with it. Your dyslexia has see, I'm making up things now. Your dyslexia limits the anime you can watch. You're missing out on lots of good stuff. No, I agree with you. Not proofreading is not proofreading. It's not a disorder. Like, I get what she's trying to say, but it's dumb. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if I opt to message really fast without proofreading it, because that's a decision that I made to do, there's probably going to be typos in it. But yeah, if you care about where it's going out, or if you're not in a rush, you just proofread. It's part of it. She also says, I didn't pick up on this, she also says dyslexia symptoms. Sounds like she's also not diagnosed with that either. She wants all the diagnoses to prove she's above criticism. Yes. And everything is always to the nth degree. Everything is always dialed all the way up and at the most extreme that you could possibly experience it. And we've seen that with her discussing pain as well. Like, she will say that her pain is like really high on the pain scale, but anybody who's been up there knows full well that you're probably not talking normally through that. Rue, hello! Welcome in. Good to see you here. In Florida, non-disabled adults without dependents don't usually qualify because they don't have expanded Medicaid. However, you can still find basic private insurance to pay for. True, because she doesn't have a diagnosis. What is the US stance on being super morbidly obese? Like, is that recognized as a disability officially? Isabel, I love typos now. I'm not AI. Reminds me of the shirt that says dyslexics teeple poo. Oh, please go look at the one I did for Ziggy in the meme thread. Your ADHD won't accept job well done without acknowledgement. I'm so sorry, Cramblings. You know how I said that I don't have ADHD, but sometimes my brain cosplays it really well? I fully forgot that you did a thing. I apologize. All right, let's look at... What are you doing, Yummy? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Aw. Hang on, wait. What a dish? Listen. No. Oh my gosh. I added a meme channel and now... This is Stevie. Oh, you put a name too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Ziggy with... Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need to show Mr. Chookin this. Ziggy with little arms and a sword. Come at me, Pulpy. I love this so much, Kremlings. Thank you. Oh no, Mr. Chookin's coming over. He's coming over. They're memeing the chickens. The microphone is on, by the way. Pulpy is another Australian creator in the Go World space. Hilarious. Love it. But why am I blaming you? Because of a meme that you put in there earlier in that thread. Oh, thank you, Mammy. It can be a disability, but to qualify for things like Medicaid in Florida, you need to have gone through the official disability process for government assistance, not just be labeled disabled. I feel like that's pretty much true in Australia too, but it can qualify, is the point. Something about seeing it on stream really pushed it over the giggle line. Oh no, Kremlings has the gigs. Everyone has forced you into Discord. So that would work for you. You're barely on Twitter. I'm the same. I've only just gotten into Discord because of this, because everybody wanted it.
It is what it is. I was misdiagnosed with schizoaffective when I was really OCD. Oh gosh, Blended. That's crazy. How dare you buy press-ons nails, Rosie? That $8 definitely could have covered transportation, doctor's fees, and medication. Exactly. I also don't have a car, so I have to either coordinate with my brother or pay for Ubers. Like, guys, you're just, a lot of these people are just classist fucks, and I don't.
Oh, she's learned the classist word. Okay. Who's she watching? Who do we think she's watching? Where is she learning this? Because this is not a word I've heard her use before. Who do we blame?
Have the patience for it. Like, oh, just to go see a doctor. Yeah. What country are you in? If you're not in America, shut the fuck up. If you're in America, do you have a job? Do you have insurance? Cool. Do you live in Florida? Do you understand the fucking nuance to this topic?
I mean, to a point, fair, because I do think the American healthcare system is fairly unique, at least from where I'm sitting, it is. But Jesus, she being obnoxious about it and rude, like out and out rude. Your brother will drive you to the PO box and go pick up your shit. Also, just gonna float this out there. No, that's a silly suggestion. No, I was gonna say buses, but yeah, never mind.
You're just being a piece of shit toward me because you think that you have some kind of gotcha on me.
Furball. I love this. Oh no, another word we need to put on the high shelf until she learns how to use it. And the irony of it being, like, she's calling people classist, and yet she is a white woman living in a country that has so much privilege. I am aware that the US has some problems right now, but generally speaking, it has so much privilege that it has enabled her to get into this lifestyle and stay in it. There are other countries in the world that this absolutely just couldn't happen, because the work needs to be done, and you need to actually put in and contribute to the family. She is so privileged, and she's sitting there yelling about people being classist because they're sitting there having the nerve to say, if you structured your finances better, you would be able to afford what you need to get better. Texla, not public transportation. Think of the other people on the bus. I know. That's why I took it back. Hello, Helldoll. Welcome in. Happy to catch alive. Welcome. It sucks, but we all live here and we all find a way. And she's not doing anything to work towards bettering her life, and that is the point. I agree with you, Bella. We would rather see her putting it towards a goal. Yeah, I know. I feel like, the girls like to talk about all the haters and how they like to see them fail and things like that, and, make up stories about them and blah, blah, blah. I do think there's a small percentage of the people that watch for that, but I also feel like there is a huge percentage of us who actually would like to see a redemption arc. Like actually seek success, even if it's not perfect, but like do something. I know it's a typically Australian thing to root for the underdog, but surely other people would also get enjoyment out of this. I would love to see that level of turnaround. I really would.
Because I don't have the resources that you do.
I don't have the resources that I do. And then I just read this at the same time that she said that. She has no rent, her own house to live in for free, that we know of, the ability to make content, make money, a pool, and enough food for 4, I'm doing the math, let's say at least 4 people every day. Yeah. Thanks so much, Society. I appreciate you coming in and chatting. You would definitely root for redemption. See, even if it's just you and I, Bella. Your favorite was when she called others privileged from her swimming from her swimming pool while having abundant funds for food. I wonder if she's ever experienced food insecurity. because like when you listen to Candy's story, Hungry Fat Chick, it's actually quite heartbreaking, her early years. There was genuine food insecurity, and you could kind of see how she got from point A to point B mentally. But it sounds like her parents have always worked really hard to provide for her, so I wonder.
It's wild, man. I did not have an IEP in school. I should have.
What is that? Did she say IEP? I don't know what that is.
I think I mentioned a while back, like there was a point where they considered putting me in special ed, and I was already in middle school by this point, or high school, possibly like early high school.
Oh man. Do you want to hear something really clocked up about Australia in the 90s? So, I was privileged enough to go to a private school. It came with many strings that my mother held over me for the rest of my life, but I did go to a private school. And we had a special ed class, and they put the ESL students in the special ed class as though it's the same thing. It's so bad. I looked back on that when I realized that as an adult. I was like, what were you thinking? What is that? That's really bad. Individual education plan. Gotcha. Thank you. When Roz says she's disabled, having a disability isn't enough. She would need to prove it functionally keeps her from being able to work at all. Not that it's hard, but that she can't, which would be difficult because theoretically call center work should be within the realm of possibility. So they would probably point to that. And that's fair, right? Because it saves it for the people who really need it, not just the people who are trying to get out of working. Hey, Shart Lord, welcome in. Your mother sounds like a real treat, Vera. How much have you heard? Yeah, she's at least the inspiration for this channel, so let's say that. Rice Pudding, hello. Hello. Hey, Veronica. Hello. So many people coming in. I'm so sorry. We're going to finish soon. We've done a whole live. Yeah, so schooling, generally speaking, in the 90s sounds like it was a fun time. My mother and you would be good friends. I'm not sure what kind of joke you're making, but I'm deeply upset.
Probably might have been early high school because my grades didn't really start getting affected till high school. Like I was pretty good academically up till that point. But
yeah, that sounds like dyslexia. Just saying.
Stopped being able to keep up in high school. And when
Oh. Wait. I was checking to see if I read that wrong or if it gotcha. Your mum and my mum would be good friends. Yes. Although, would I read this right and really your mother is so unpleasant to everybody, generally speaking, that they would in fact be enemies and never get along, not a bit? Yeah, I gotcha. No, we're on the same page between your lack of sleep and my dyslexia. We got there. IEPs can help figure out accommodations and needs for each student and help them succeed. That's awesome. I'm so sorry I was late. I was sleeping. That's okay, Veronica. Sleep is important too.
It got brought up to me, I freaked the fuck out and was like, absolutely not, because I was so dehumanized so often. Like, truly, I was treated like I wasn't human. Like, it was horrid. And so at the time when that was brought up to me, I was like, absolutely not. Kind of wish I had, but it just sounded like a death sentence as a child. And I mean, honestly, I have a question on why that decision was up to me. But, you know, I can't go back in time. So.
We staring. We staring and not speaking. We're still staring.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause her and address Rice Pudding. Thank you so much for being a clucker for 1 month. They would be frenemies for sure. Effing bitches, I'm sure. My mum called me an abuser after I came to her admitting the abuse I went through. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. The flip, like well, you've come to me with this and now I'm going to accuse you of the same thing. I am very familiar with that move. It's a nasty move and it's rarely true. I'm so sorry. But yes, I think they would be frenemies. You wonder if Rosie would have turned out different if she had better education support. Growing up obese probably stunts your emotional social development too. Well, yeah, I imagine the bullying aspect alone would cause problems. Just in general, not excusing her behavior. Yes. I know, but like when you think about it though, because it's not excusing the behavior, right? How many of us have things in our past that would have caused some manner of developmental delay or cognitive delay, or like I'm sure that many of us sitting here listening to this right now have had those troubles in our past, but we don't dwell within them and then blame everything on them. We find a way to work with them and move forward and succeed as a human being in our own right, even if it looks different to somebody else. It's a thing that we all do for the most part. Davo, yes, absolutely. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rice. I really hate seeing it. Like, I've dealt with my own stuff. I struggle seeing other people go through the same sorts of things that I've gone through. I get very vengeful and want to do things to their parents. Not nice things. You honestly thought your awkwardness was because you were overweight and you were bullied for it? Nope, autism. Ha, fun. I'm sorry about the bullying. Oh no, Isabel, I've missed a thing. Yeah, no, you definitely can't give up. Everyone has a struggle, everyone fights. It's always worth fighting. Rice Pudding, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Can't stand Roz, but hearing her being bullied, and how broke can't stand Roz, but hearing her being bullied and how broke my heart. I'm sorry, my dyslexia has entered the chat again. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Well, oh no, I follow. Yeah. So I feel like we can feel bad for the child variant of whoever we're talking about. It's the adult and what they're doing with it that becomes the problem. Thank you so much, Rice. Yeah. Yeah, everyone talking about their own struggles. Yeah, her mentioning her pants being pulled down, which, like, let's be honest, that's SA at that point. It's not good. Does that determine though who she is at 34? And should she have allowed that to completely stunt her progress in every way up to that point? I think that's where we all start to get critical. But yeah, absolutely. There are things that I believe have happened to her as a child that should happen to no child. I do believe that. But we need to start working past the arrested development and actually start getting into being an adult.
And like, y'all haven't seen the haul yet. I did let myself get a couple of some fun things, but like most of it was just shit that I'm gonna end up buying in the future.
Actually, on that note, I feel the same way. You know, if you're somebody who watches a lot of true crime, oftentimes when they're speaking about the perpetrator, there are things in their past that you can feel bad for them about, but that does not excuse then the other things that they do. A much more extreme version of basically what we're talking about here. Yes, she did. She did say that she had concussions. She did rattle it off very quickly in a list of things that made me wonder if that was the word that she meant to use. But yes, traumatic brain injuries are no joke. As hard as it is to grow, it's also a bit thrilling. Yeah, it is. Could replace some of the dopamine she gets from food. 100%. You would never be able to convince her of that, though. That I agree with you. They are interchangeable. It's exhilarating to watch yourself do things that you thought you could never do. Or at least that you were told you could never do.
That I got on sale at a better price, the things that I need, things that I use all the time. So, like, God forbid I take care of myself. I don't have insurance, but I see a doctor. I only pay $60 a month. And on a sliding scale, yeah, but then you also have to pay for your blood work, right? You also pay for. I don't have the money for the specialists that I need. So, like, again, God. Yeah, I'm in Florida. You're right, chicken parm.
Rice Pudding, why are you being so good to me tonight? Thank you. I like knowing the law, but that doesn't always justify things. It just gives history and background. Well, yeah, and the context is really interesting, isn't it? But I think what's challenging with at least her and Amber, I can't speak on the others so much, is it's difficult to know where the truth stops and the exaggeration starts. But I agree with you. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate you. Tonight at 6 a.m. Well, it is night. It's 8 p.m. for me at the moment. I'm about to go have dinner. There is preheating of the oven happening. You know what that means. We are on a countdown now.
I have a surprising amount of overlap. Yeah. Even if you didn't have any of these conditions, which you clearly do, what is
Isabel conducting her own personal advertising for my channel over here. I'm still hoping to win a membership. Unless this is no longer funny. I still think it's funny. Tomorrow? How many days? No. So my next stream, I'll be able to give out more gifted memberships as well. Maybe one of those will hit you.
Gained by telling someone they don't and pushing them down. Clearly there's something up. Clearly there's something up. Just bullies, in my opinion. No, that is the point, Lavina. Like, the point is to bully me. The point is to discredit me. The point is to paint me out as a liar. The point for the reactors is to paint me in a certain light and corner to feed the predisposition that their audience has because of Amber.
Actually, my point, if anyone cares, is to use you as an illustration of learning of what not to do. You have become one of my illustrations. And you will be getting your own series and your own fairy tale. I think that what she's describing there probably encompasses a handful of reactors. I don't think that many of us actually go out of our way to make shit up because we don't need to. It's all served right there on a platter nicely by Roz. We don't need to dig. We don't need to go IRL. We don't need to do anything weird. I don't even need to do any weird research because it's all right there. We're not constructing anything, or I'll speak for myself. I'm not constructing anything. I'm just using you as a wonderful illustration that you are. And, you know, if she were to ever turn that around into a positive way, then she would become an illustration of what to do, what she's doing well, what we could all learn from that. It's just ridiculous, absolute ridiculous narrative that she's telling herself. She's saying, God forbid I take care of myself, referencing buying junk on the internet and trash food. That's not self-care. Self-care would be using those dollars to see a doctor. Yes. But she's seeing her logic, I can see it playing out, right? She's going, oh, to order a meal is like $40. To go see a doctor is what, like, I don't know, I say $150, more than a meal. So she's saying in her mind that is worth less than the doctor visit. So therefore it never would have, gone towards a doctor's visit. But we're saying all of those little things add up. Thank you so much, Rice Pudding. In my opinion, she wants to equate people to Cam. Yes, because it's that same pattern, right? We were discussing it earlier of like, it's one person doing something or saying something, and then she's going to extrapolate that out into a group of people or a larger amount of people in some way, shape, or form. And you cannot sit here and say that every single reaction channel is being as weird as what Cam is, whatever. No, you spell coffee? Gwen, my commiserations. Yeah, right, even Nikki's not Cam. As far as I know, and granted I don't know everything, but as far as I know, Nikki's never gone IRL like Cam has. So sighty. Shame, you lied. No, into the naughty corner. I'm still listening. I wanted to clip that part of you saying there's no need to dig, etc. It's all right there, because that's exactly it. It really is. We don't need to do anything special. I don't even need to construct a narrative. It presents itself. Because sometimes, like, the way I work, for example, when I'm doing the historical deep dives, let's take my Eugenia video that I'm doing at the moment. I will take all of the themed videos for that year, put them together, edit them for their interesting parts, and a narrative that will then become the fairy tale presents itself. I'm not making it up. I'm just observing what's there. And all of the girls are the same. It just presents itself. You don't have to try. Hey, Christina, welcome in. Yeah. In my experience, this is true. Nikki's gone a long way to prove her difference. That's what I've seen, yes. Like I say, there's always room to grow on my channel. There will always be room to grow. I think sometimes in Girl World, I was saying this to my mods earlier, I think sometimes in Girl World, it's the criticism of the actual mistake gets conflated or confused with the criticism of the handling of the mistake. And I do think that there are some reaction channels that are just out there to criticize the mistake, and it doesn't matter what they do, everything they do is wrong, and it's all funny, and we're all, it's all cannon fodder at that point. But on my channel, at least, and several others that I have observed, it's actually the criticism of the handling of the mistake is the topic, right? And that's why I was talking earlier about, imagine yourself in your worst moment, in your worst mistake, and being judged by that. There is always opportunity to grow. And I think with using Rachel as an example and why I continue to cover her, but for that really god-awful apology video that she did, I don't think I would have continued my coverage of her. I think I would have done that incident and then moved on. But the fact that she did that apology video, still blamed everybody, took no accountability for her actions, and then continued to sue Spelunk thereafter, that's the issue for me. The handling of the mistake was bad, really bad. So far, what I've seen from Nikki and the handling of the mistake has been what we look to see, and mostly that comes in the form of an apology, accountability, measurable change, and I've seen that so far. Like I say, if the situation changes, I reserve the right to change my mind, but my gut says she will continue to do better. Her apology was much, much earlier on when it all went down. I believe it was actually in Zachary Michael's first video. I don't want to do a whole video on this situation. I just wanted to state my stance about Nikki because I have platformed her channel, and that's how I feel at the moment. Yeah. That's a good point too. She took accountability before being called out, whereas Rachel did her transparency post and when she knew that Emily was gonna step forward. So she knew she was gonna be caught, so she just quickly, sneakily did a transparency post to get ahead of the story. Yeah. So anyway, that's my clocking Rachel. But if she ever actually does the right thing, I will support her too. I really will. This is not just a silly talking point that I do to make myself sound good. I really will, even if it's unpopular. If Rachel shows growth, I will celebrate it. We have not seen that yet. Any day now. You don't really consider Rachel's accountability as actual accountability. She only did it because she got dragged. Yes, she did. And she also dragged other people while doing it. Talking about blood glucose. You really think Roz likes the poor me, I don't have insurance attention, because when people tell her how they make things work in similar situations, she gets so annoyed instead of listening to the idea. Well, yeah, because it's challenging that thing, right, that we were talking about earlier, where she really wants to perpetuate herself as a person who needs to be looked after and cared for and have everything done for her, so that there's no accountability put on her shoulders, no responsibility put on her shoulders. And when people highlight, like, hey, I'm in a similar situation, this is what I did and that could work, to her, that is a threat, a direct threat and a direct attack on her current comfort zone. And that is a problem. It makes sense. What's for dinner? Meat substitute burgers. Hello, clever nickname girl. It's easy to get caught up in blurred line. The fact that she backed down and corrected her mistakes helps. Rachel doubled down. Oh, yes, she did. And then she continued to make the same mistakes over and over. Furball, is there a TLDR? Probably Zachary Michael's videos. There's 2 of them. Would be the most direct way. Yeah. Helps with her moist begging. Why are we using the word moist, Yummy? Damp begging. See, this is where I'm going to push back a little bit on you, Isabel. Past behavior is the only predictor of future behavior, and if it's low empathy behavior, they don't generally change. It takes a rock bottom of some kind. I am of firm belief that everybody has the capability to change. I really do. I do think that they need to really want it. I do think that they really need to have a lot of conviction to make it happen. But I will always, and that's why I say there's room to grow, I will always leave space for people to want to change and grow, just because I don't want to be the voice adding to the fact that they're hearing, you will never change because you never have. That's never going to be my message. So far, they haven't, but they might. Thank you so much again, Rice Pudding. Anti-Nikki, but still panels with Stefan. Well, yeah, because she is begging for that guy's attention. Thank you so much. Yes. I won't read that out just because it's a little bit triggering, but yeah. If anyone's interested in my Paradise coverage, we went into all of that. It's all available to download in my community post tab or on the Discord. There's links everywhere.
Lane and Foodie. That's the point.
That's a good point too, Dexla. Sorry to keep pausing her. There should absolutely be room to grow, but to be honest, I found you generally shouldn't expect it. So if they change, then that's a bonus. I think sometimes I went into a Eugenia register there. I apologize. I think sometimes, from what I've talked to people about, is they don't want to leave room for people to grow, because in doing so will feel like they're giving too much of themselves, and that the disappointment, should it not happen, would cost too much and be too taxing, which I totally get. And I think that if you're in that state and you do feel like it would take something of yourself to leave room for growth for people, absolutely don't do it. It's not worth it. That's not at all what I think should be doing. I think I don't know, maybe I've gone through so much in my life that my 100 variant of this is so far past any of this that I kind of feel like it doesn't at all affect me whether these people change or don't change. It's not costing me anything. Does that make sense? And so because it doesn't cost me anything, I give them the space. But like I say, if it costs you something, then you shouldn't give it. You really shouldn't. I agree with that as well. One of my rules is you have to let people fail and also let them succeed. I agree. And you don't necessarily intervene all the time, do you?
I just like to play devil's advocate a lot and see others' perspectives to a fault. That's good to know about you, Cindy, but sometimes that perspective, sometimes I think is helpful and can provide good conversation. And I think also it's dependent on how the person is the devil's advocate, right? Or why.
Yeah, so Roz is basically translation here. I can't handle criticism, and when you play deviled advocate, deviled advocate, then I feel like you're attacking and criticizing me, and I don't want that. Rice pudding again. What am I going to do with you? Thank you so much. Sometimes you got to stop talking for people to believe you. That is solid advice. Actions speak louder than words. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's different when it's a stranger on the internet than someone close to you. It's easier to leave that room to grow than, yeah. I think it's important to meet people where you're at with that kind of thing as well. And yeah, never give more of yourself than you can afford to lose. That's not a good thing. You don't play devil's. See, I've gotten myself so far into the chicken puns that now I can't say devil's advocate. I don't play devil's advocate with anything I'm saying, just for others. Your foster kitten is trying to bite the chicken icon? I'm okay with that. Cute kitten bites. Yeah, before it turns into a performance. Yeah, I agree. Roz also needs to learn that if someone wants you to shut up, I assume that was a typo, Cramblings. Shut up. Stop trying to justify yourself. Yeah. Know when to stop talking. Sometimes less is more.
Either the devil's advocate. Sometimes though, when people are doing the devil's advocate thing, it's just
devil's advocate.
And I'm not saying this is you, girl. Like, I'm not saying this is you. But some people who do that, especially with heavy frequency, are just...
Oh, Dexla, I hate to tell you, but devil's advocate has been a term for a while. I just don't get the opportunity to say it a lot anymore. You'd love to hear more about people's ability to change. You're mistrustful of people in general because you're easy to fool, because you know you have been easy to fool. How does one stay open to others? Okay, so Aloe, here's my take on it. At least this is what helped me. If you're struggling with that, don't look externally to how do I know these people? How do I accurately read them? How do I tolerate it? Look inwardly. It's probably more a case of that you don't trust yourself to be able to handle that disappointment or betrayal, or like almost like being lied to in a sense. And if you can get it right within yourself, that really you're strong enough, you know how to deal with your own feelings, your own emotions, and if you can master that, it starts to be less about what other people do, and it just kind of becomes a lot easier to deal with. That way they can just go out there, you're not controlling them, you're not relying on them for anything. They go out there, do what they're going to do, they're either going to get better or they're not, but you know within yourself that you can handle yourself, and that's all that matters. For me, that was the key. It's not about, because it's impossible to try and, you know, read everybody and get the sincerity level of everyone and know where they're at, and it's exhausting if you look at it as an external entity. Hope that makes sense. What now? But if you point it out to Vera, we'll try to hurry along, and then we'll distract with chicken questions. See? Oh, I see. Only 23 minutes into the video. That's crazy. Well, no, you know what? To be fair, we did do 2 other short videos before this one. We didn't do so badly. But the chicken distractions won't work tonight because I knew that we were going to pick this up on the next stream anyway. I knew we weren't going to get through this. Did I think we were going to get further through this? Yes. But that's not the point, okay? You were generous when you said a 3-hour stream for a 1-hour edit. It'll probably be 2. It'll be a 2-parter. Yep. There was a wishlist side quest. There was. Thank you, Dexla. Yeah, got my back. I appreciate that.
Kind of insufferable about it. And so sometimes that can be a little worrisome if I don't know the full context of like the person I'm talking to or how they're talking to me, right? And again, that is not specific about you. I want to make that perfectly fucking clear. Preach Rosie down with the 1%. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, T-Swizzle. Not including hospital bills. That's horrid. Well, I'm glad you survived your life flight. That must have been a terrifying experience. Remy's great. He went to bed. He had a very full day of schoolwork. I'm going to delete my comment before everyone moves there. Fair enough. I missed it, Nicolette. So, as a...
I appreciate you shouldering the blame of Isabel, but how do we explain that this happens every single time and you're not always here? Oh no, more Vera time. How will I ever recover? You love the chickens, so you're not complaining. It's just a bit funny. Your neighbor's just got a rooster and he's very cuddly. Roosters are cuddly. I love that. I love that. Rice Pudding, thank you so much. You're American. Aussies call you the Tuesday word. You want me to drop a C-bomb on Alive? That's what you're asking for. I personally love C-bombs. I really do. I don't feel like they're appropriate for Alive. Thank you so much, Rice. I blinded you with science. How dare I? I'm not gonna C-bomb on Alive. No. Don't worry, Yummy. I do in my personal life, though.
The Californian, hold on. It's stupidly expensive here. Ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely. I just visited there. The cost of gas made me like gasp. Yeah. The reality is if I find a work from home job and I'm able to land it, the reality of my disability at this point is that unless I go into the job with ADA accommodations, which is impossible unless I have pre-existing doctor information that I would need insurance to get, the likelihood of me being able to maintain the job beyond 3 to 9 months is almost impossible.
I wonder where she got 3 to 9 months from. But yeah, she's essentially sitting here saying she doesn't want to work. She doesn't. And, you know, we were sitting... What were we doing? Oh, what were we doing? Oh yeah. No. We were watching my last live, the Caleb Hammer one. There was a woman on there that was coming across as very sincere, and we were discussing what is the difference between that woman saying that she has a disability and this chronic illness, and how we react to people like this. And I really think the defining factor there was that woman was wanting to work. She was trying to find solutions to get around her situation so that it could be appropriately medicated so that she could go back to work. She was not using it or seeking it out as an excuse. And that's the difference. Roz at every turn is using it as an excuse. You thought the C word wasn't a swear in Australia. I mean, it is still a swear word, but not as seriously as it is everywhere else. And what I'm accommodating is a very international audience. I'm in Australia, but all of you aren't. I love that you say that, Cramblings. It's not the fauna that will kill you, it's the landscape. That's true in Australia too. You're trying to find a work from home job. Rosie's behavior pisses you off so much. Yeah. It's just excuse after excuse after excuse. Then go to a sliding scales clinic and get established with a care provider. And she's saying 3 to 6 months. Well, she said 3 to 9 months. It's a 6-month gap. Because in some jobs, insurance only kicks in after you've finished your probation. Yeah, you compare the C word in Australia to people using bitch for friends. It's such a like a diverse word too, depending on the modifier that you put in front of it, like funny or dumb. It's so versatile. Rice Pudding, thank you so much. If you're a C word, then you're a C word. You're not wrong. But what type of C word are you? Thank you.
Because of the severity of the amount of symptoms I have, because I am disabled. Because I might have a week or two where I'm good, but I have a stress disorder that makes me physically ill when I'm too stressed.
I'm not reading that. I'm not reading. No, Rice. Shame. No.
And I barely have enough time in the day to take care of myself, to do the other stuff that I'm doing.
See, this is where it gets tricky with chronic illness or chronic mental health conditions and things like that. Roz has gotten herself into a situation where her body will actually be really difficult to wrangle throughout the day. She's doing her life on hard mode, basically. But the thing is, she's not taking the steps that would actually help improve it, even in any way. And it's part of the way fear works and the part of the way Arrested Development wants to like perpetuate itself. You're looking for excuses to stay in it. And the reality is, if she were to start just doing a little bit of walking every day, like just a little bit, start small, because you don't want to overtax the system. And if she were to clean up her diet a bit, get off that like blood sugar roller coaster that she's on, actually get a decent circadian rhythm where she's not experiencing insomnia, all hours of the night. And I know insomnia it can be a very difficult thing, but I don't doubt that hers is because of her lifestyle. And if she were to just make those little bit of changes, the looking after herself on a day-to-day basis would get a lot easier. It wouldn't feel good in the moment, but gradually over time, it would get better. Yeah, sure, girl. What do you do all day? Taking care of yourself is your only priority right now, or should be. And I think, see, this is why I didn't want to cover Girl World on the last stream, because I'm doing a little bit of a grieving process at the moment. But this is why I find, particularly when I'm in the midst of a grieving process, I really struggle to deal with what these women perceive are problems, and you just summed it up perfectly there. Like, this is her only responsibility, and that starts to get very difficult to deal with when you're faced with actual issues going on. Briefly, Bunny, as much as it needs to be discussed, kind of more at the beginning, but throughout, yes. As much as I'm going to discuss it anyway. You're back on your ADHD high horse to say that exercise would make massive improvements to her mental health, as otherwise she's trying to hunt dopamine with food. Exactly. Exactly right. Rice pudding. Shenaniganizing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I've lived in depression. I got a false SWAT raid where cops made fun of spoiled food in your bedroom. She isn't on that level. She is lazy. Anyway, like the stream. Thank you so much. You got a full SWAT raid. Yeah. And the thing is about living in that state, right? Because she probably is in a state of depression. I agree. And the thing is that doing the things that will help you feel like things that are harming you in the moment, but you just have to do them anyway to get through them. It was 10 years ago. Wow, it was humiliating and confusing, I bet. Yeah. You think your message got eaten, but you made a chicken meat? Okay, let's look at this, and then I'm gonna finish up for the night because I got the 5-minute warning for food, and I want the food. Okay, this is Furballs. The stream is never late. It concludes precisely when it's meant to. Hey, and you took a picture of Yummy. Isn't that nice? I love it. Thank you, Furball. Yeah. You know, you're right, Cramlings, but for a lot of situations, though, ADHD obviously has an issue with dopamine. But really, for so many things, just getting the exercise in, I find 15 minutes is the magic point where you really start to release the dopamine. But yeah. All right, everyone, I need to get going because Mr. Chukin has prepared the food again. It's what he does on Monday nights for me. But thank you so much to everybody for all of the super chats and the gifted memberships, all of the chatting and all of the lurking. I see you in here. I appreciate you all so much. And a big thank you to all of the replay nuggets. I appreciate you too. But for now, that is all I nearly said the real word. That is that is all the clucks I have left to give. Stay golden, my little nuggets, and I'll catch you next time.